Yes, lads. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What are we gonna do? This card has been fun so far. I'm not gonna lie, it's been fun. I've been enjoying it so far. Thus far, and no complaints. You know, the only kind of thing I would say, and we'll let the chat build up before I kind of talk about just some minor nitpicks, and something that I am hoping doesn't happen. I was like, hoping that does not happen on this show, as Mike Tyson is being interviewed for TNT Sport there. Get a few people to build up in the chat, and then I'll give my 2 cents on some of the fights we've seen thus far. It's not been bad, man. It's been good. Now, someone in the chat has just said something there, right? Right. So he said, good fights, but they've all ended too quickly, right? Yes, to be expected with all heavyweights, to be fair, right? But that's my biggest worry, right? Is because they said they want the ring walks to be 11 p.m. UK time, right? It's currently what, 9 o'clock, right? With the co-main event around the corner. So essentially they're saying that they want the main event to take place in 2 hours time with only one undercard fight left, and there's no floaters. For those who don't know what floaters are, essentially are filler. Well, they're floaters, that's what they're called. Essentially what they do is, right, they are fighters who are on the card, but they're not on the card, so to speak. Essentially how it works is that if the main card fights are ending too quick, they're there to make numbers up basically. But let's say that, 3 of the fights end in the first round, and there's one more fight before the main event, and it's 9 o'clock, and you're expecting an 11 o'clock start time. What they tend to do is, it could be a 4 or 6 rounder. It's normally a prospect. They tend to just stick them out there. They normally are in there against the durable journeyman, and so they just tend to just stick them. There you go, boom. It's added extra time onto the card, so there you go. There's none of them on this card, so I don't want them to stall too long, because it is frustrating at the best of times when they stall too long, but more so when it's like, we're there. We've done, the card is over essentially. There's one more fight coming, which is Adelaide Wadley, and we know that's going to end in a knockout. Like, that is ending in a knockout. I am putting money that's ended in a knockout, right? If I'm wrong, but I mean, that's ended in a knockout. So essentially, we have that, and then we have the main event. So how long do we really have to wait? But I have to say, I've enjoyed it so far. I have. It's been a fun little watch. Good evening to Rob. Good evening to Return of the Mac. The curtains, man. The curtains. You only have to put up with them for another few months, and we'll have a completely different background in a completely different country. Big up to Oscar. Big up to, where are we at? And we are gonna be commentating. I know people love the commentary. We're gonna be commentating on the co-main, and I think they're getting ready to they're showing the weigh-ins for Adelaide Wadley. So I'd say we're gonna get that soon. We're commentating on this fight, and we're commentating on the main event. And Wadley versus Adelaide is next, lads. So I suspect they are gonna change the ring walk time to probably a little bit earlier to facilitate. Probably going to be 10:30 thereabouts, which is brilliant for us watching. Means we're not going to have to go too long, because I'm a busy man tonight. I've already done 2 post fights. I will do a post fight for this one, but it'll be later on in the evening. I can't obviously do it while I'm recording live. So we're going to do a post fight for that. We're commentating on it. We're commentating on Fury and Ngannou. We're post fighting that. And obviously, you boys got to do a video or maybe another live if they announce Fury Usyk, which I suspect they will. I'm earning my money tonight, lads. I'm earning everything. Your boy is working hard tonight, man. It's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun for the main event. International technical difficulties due to stall time. Did anyone see what happened earlier in the card? Now, luckily, it was only early on in the card. It wasn't. There was no fight going on at the time. It was just before Moses Atelma fought, where it was only the TNT feed that went. So, like, everything else was fine. But for some reason, the TNT show or TNT card just went belly up for about a half hour or so. It was off for a while. And obviously then it came back onto life. But they were still having some issues with the Atelma fight. Fingers crossed. Because I do have a I do have the ESPN card. If worst case scenario, not gonna tell you how, but I do. The ESPN commentary. If worst case scenario happens with TNT, but that's BS if it is. Sasha English says, "Is Fabio Wadley next?" It is next. Man, I can't wait. I can't wait. And we've already got 97 in the building, so smash the like button if you haven't already. So it's going to be a good live, I reckon. It's going to be a good little live. Um, I'm looking forward to this, man. I'm looking forward to just seeing what we get in here, seeing who pops in, just all that, man. It's all going to be good fun. And yeah, we're going to get some good numbers because I'm seeing True Geordie's got like 6,000 people. Imagine that, 6,000 people live at one moment. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Yeah, 113 in the building, 27 likes. Come on, you gotta smash the like button, help your boy out. Come on, you gotta help your boy out. Yeah, it's not a good look. No, it isn't. Luckily, it happened early in the card, very early in the card. So I would imagine the majority of people only tuned in probably thereafter. So they got they might have dodged a bullet there, but it doesn't look good when ESPN are fine, the Zone are fine in the States, and in the UK it's like, oh, sorry. I always finish quick. Sleep is important. Adelaide versus Wadley, yeah, I'm tuning in. Yeah, man, it's gonna be good. The commentary, the commentary, yeah, we're gonna be doing that. Did Parker win? Yeah, he won. He looked all right. Now, give him that. He looked decent. He looked decent. Evening, G man. Evening. How are you, man? Oh wow, we are getting loads in the comments. Holy crap! I'd love to see Arsen McMahon fight Martin Bacoli. Martin Bacoli, he looked very big. Like Bacoli was 299 pounds, 300 pounds, and he looked it. But he really did stamp his authority on Carlos Takam. Like he's slow. He looks slow with all the weight, but it's not affecting his punching power. Certainly isn't doing that. I'd like to see it as well. I would. What made you decide to do a watch along? I'm glad you're doing it. People were asking me, people on the Element group all reached out to me, the Hatman Element group I'm in, and they said, look, just do it. We all want to see it, just do it. And I was like, you know what? I'm not charging anybody. You are coming, I'm not charging anybody. Why not? Why not watch it? I like doing the watch alongs. I love commentating on them. I love the August ones we did where we got like insane numbers. Like we were getting like nearly 1,000 people in the watch alongs, which I'm hoping we can do tonight. We might break that 1,000 people barrier. You never know. We were doing insane numbers in them, and I thought, you know what? Why not? Why not? Why not we just go and do it? Just have a laugh. It's good fun. I enjoy doing them as well. So for me, it's like, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's do the watch along. Let's do a little live tomorrow. Let's do everything. Let's have fun. Parker Dubois. Ooh, you got me there, mate. I still favour Parker, but you kind of got me there. Anytime. That technical issue seemed like it was on purpose. Eddie Hearn casually looking on and going, You did not on my platform. You don't have. I'd say Eddie Hearn when he's seen that, or if someone DM'd him, but he was just that Eddie Hearn, smile, be like, yeah, TNT. Laura Woods decided to leave the zone for TNT, and look what happens: technical difficulties. Maybe she was. I'm only joking. Man, I'm not even seeing. I'm sure I want to see all my favorite fights if it means they're in Saudi. I really don't mind. Like, to be honest with you, I'm not too fussed if it's in Saudi Arabia, to be honest with you. I really amn't. I genuinely, like, for me, I'm just kind of like, okay. For me, it's like, right, well, it's in Saudi Arabia. That's actually handy because it means it's on at a respectable time. We get these big fights and we don't have to stay up until the wee hours of the morning to watch them. So for me, I'm like, this is fine. I'm all good. Like, I've no issue with it being in Saudi Arabia. Is the atmosphere amazing? No, it's not. But look, so be it. I don't really mind it that much, to be honest with you. As long as they're helping to get big fights made, so I can't really complain. Like, and if they're doing them in Saudi, they're doing them in Saudi. So be it. True G, man. Yeah. Yeah, it's still a little bit. They've had a few moments on the feed, the one I'm watching, where it's been, and as I said, I'm not going to show you, and it's not showing it live, obviously. Um, all it is actually like it's just the channel, but I'm making sure that my live sounds okay. But I do have a link. I'm not going to drop it in or anything like that, but I do know that I can, if TNT F up, I can quickly ESPN. Predictions for the next fight, Adelaide by knockout. And I've seen Jamie is there. Salute to Jamie every time. Didn't pick up on your carers. Salute to Jamie every single time, man. I hope you're keeping well, my friend. And we'll definitely, if not this week, next week, but we'll try and get you on this week because it's my turn to have you on. You did it last time. I have to do it this time, obviously. We don't mind, man. We love doing it. But it's been a while, man. I think Usyk Dubois was when you were on, so we spoke last. So let's get you on as quick as we can, man. They tried to stake me for a subscription when I have plus already. So $90 instead of 80 living in the States. I know we complain over here, but you guys really do get it bad over there. Like, they really go to town on you guys with the pay-per-view prices over there. We complain about it being 25 quid here. And in the US, and Adelaide is getting ready for his ring walk just as we speak. So we're going to have fun here. A big up to Nick. Shout out to you every single time. I'm with my son, so stop to show support. Smash the like button. Please all do the same. 175 in the building. If you could all smash the like button, I would appreciate it. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. We get to 1,000 people in the live chat tonight. That'd be something else. Thoughts on Bakoli's fight? Impressive, to be fair, against Takam. Takam looked very slow in there. Very slow. Takam showed strength because he was able to back Bakoli up a couple of times in the fights. Takam's always been a massively strong, fighter. That guy is strength. Takam has strength in abundance. But I think just the age and Bakoli. See, Takam's never been a big puncher, and he'd nothing to really trouble Bakoli with. And Bakoli was just like, I'm going to walk you down and stop you. That's what he did. Yeah, and apparently he had an injury as well, and he was only able to train 2 weeks for the fight. He said that in the post-fight interview. I seen that. And, some would say, look, I'm taking his word for it. You never got to disclose an injury going into a fight. Maybe that's why he was 300. I mean, he looked massive in there. Like, Takam is a big unit, a big lump of a man. And the size difference, it was like, what the... Bakoli looked massive. Do you know something? Ever since Joe Parker fought... Takam, that was the guy. He gassed a bit in that fight. And ever since then, he's been... When it steps up, he's reluctant to really grab the bull by the horn. And I wonder, maybe that's why. I don't know. I've always suspected since that fight in 2016, he's been a bit different. Where did you pick up the feed? How much is it in the UK on TNT? In the UK, I think it's £21.99, at £22 thereabouts. In Ireland, it's £30. In Ireland, it's £30. It's always going to be there over here because of the exchange rates. So it's £30 in Ireland. What do you think happens to the Fury Ngannou fight if Fury Usyk fight if Ngannou wins? I don't know. I would imagine it wouldn't happen. I would imagine. I mean, you never know. They could still do it, but he's not going to lose his title because the title's not on the line. But, Eddie's signing the worm in his tequila matchroom right now. The atmosphere is diabolical. I much prefer Saudi fights instead of the US at stupid o'clock in the morning. I've no issue with them being over there. Their guys are getting paid well. It's happy for all of us over here because we're like happy days. It's like a normal fight night in the UK. So we're not having to think, because more so for me now, right? Because I don't do it as much as I used to. I used to do it all the time. I don't do it now as much. When I do an all-nighter for a fight, it just takes it out of me. because I used to do them all the time. Not watch-alongs, right? But just in general, I wasn't doing watch-alongs. But it was fine because you're used to doing it. You could do it every other week. But then obviously, like, some fights don't appeal to others, and you just start not doing it as much. And now when I do it, I feel like when it comes to like 3 a.m., I'm just like, I can't do it. I can't stay awake. And you feel even worse if you go to sleep beforehand. So it, I don't do it as much. I done it for Spence Crawford, and I haven't done it since. And it might be a while before I do it again. Glad to join the Watch Along, G-Man. Hit the like button. 40 minutes until the main event. Does Francis have a snowflake's chance in hell of winning? Look, I'm not going to say he has absolutely no chance. It's heavyweight boxing. Things can happen. A big shot can land. You just don't know. I wouldn't be putting money on it. It's more a case of something really spectacular out of the blue, boom, happening, which you never know could, but I don't envision it. I would maybe give him a 5%, if even, chance of winning. If even. That's maybe being too generous of winning. I don't envision him winning. I can't see him winning. I think that there is a better chance of him beating Fury than a snowball in hell, but not much. ESPN is trash. Are you blind or busy earning money on here just to know how boring the fight is? This is not Vegas or Wembley. This is like the moon. Got a feeling that lie is going to fold Wadley. Don't know why. Yes. Jamie needs 10k. Let's get into 10k. Let's get Jamie to 10k. One of the best feelings ever was when I hit 10k. Oh my God. And I had been trying like a you-know-what to get there. Once I got there, it was like, oh, that's that monkey off my back. And now it's trying to get to 20. But 20k is going to be a lot quicker than 10k, believe me. Because I hit 10k in February, and it's October, and I'm already nearly 13,500. So 3,000 subscribers in 10 months? It's not bad going. So I should be hopefully able to do, fingers crossed, do 10k or 20k next year. Hopefully. It's the plan anyway. Not that I know of. Why are my messages blanked? Well, it depends, right? So YouTube is strange, right? If you put any profanity or anything like that, I'm not saying you are, but if you do, or they deem it profane or anything like that, they will put it onto me to approve it. But I can't approve it on StreamYard. I have to use the app. And I have the app here, but I'm only kind of using it to make sure the stream is okay. I'm not reading off the app because I don't need to. And someone asked me about the qualifying, actually. I want to read that. No, I'd love to. I can't. Well, I could, but boxing is my sport, man. I love F1. I've watched it since I was a kid, as far back as I can remember. But boxing is my sport. Max Verstappen's going to put it on pole. So I love Max Verstappen. But Verstappen's going to put it on pole. And probably, Norris is going to be a close second. Russell third. That's probably going to Perez fourth or fifth. That's how it's going to be. I'd rather watch this. I hope someone fills me in the chat who is on pole though, if he's are watching, because I need to keep an eye on who's winning the F1 or who's in the F1. So that's why tomorrow we'll do a live. But the live will be 6 o'clock sort of time, because one, I need to do review of the week. Well, that can wait a bit because it's a bank holiday in Ireland. So that I can do that later on in the evening. But race tomorrow in Mexico, 8 o'clock. I don't miss F1 races. I don't miss them. They're ones that I wake up early for, because the Far East ones are always 6 a.m. starts. Big up G-Man, interested in this one. If a fighter fails a drug test in Saudi the day before equals jail time, I would imagine they don't stringently test them over there. First live watch along with you. Been watching Ade for years. Keep it up. Slightly sober. Great name. Slightly sober. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yes, and big up to Ade's over there, actually. I feel lucky for him. I wish I was over there. I really do. I'd love to be over there myself. But this is still good. You know, we're still having fun doing this. But yeah, no, big up to Ade every time. Yeah, hopefully we can do more stuff together in the future. That's the plan anyway. Obviously, it's geographically not ideal at the minute, but hopefully that will change reasonably soon. I will, man. I'm going on my TV and I've F1 on my phone. Brilliant. Brilliant. That keep me updated, right? Keep me updated on how qualifying's going, because I do want to know how that's going as well. Jerry Ryan, I wonder who will win. I would well, this one Wadley or not Wadley. This one Adelaide. That's who I'm going for. Rather watch the watch along and pay G-Man 30 quid instead. Many have done it. Many have recouped me over the years for these watch alongs as well, so I'm happy out with that, you know. But no, I don't expect anything, man. It's free. No one has to do anything. I enjoy doing these as much as people enjoy watching them. 217 in the building already. Like, who doesn't enjoy that? It's great. You know, who does not enjoy that? It's 270 in the building. So if you could smash the like button, I'd appreciate it. The fight is about to start now in a few minutes, right? Where they're literally doing the ring announcements, right? So when this fight starts, we commentate, right? That's what we do on here. We actually do the commentary because TNT, Sky, and the Zone, especially them, are not the best commentators. And they're not exactly what you call impartial. So that's why I come in. I call it like I see it. Pay with the likes. That's exactly it. Because by liking it, you're boosting me up in the algorithms. So more people are likely, like, how many likes are we on? 86 likes already. Look at that. That's how you do it. Boosting me up in the algorithms. Thank you. Because at the minute now, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe, because we have currently 3,000, if you can see it there, 13,490. We want to get that up. We don't want to always be on that. We want to be at 13,500 by the end of the night. That is the goal. But lads, I will let you know when the first round starts, so you can be on the same kind of time frame as me. Well, that's what we're going to be doing. We are going to be commentating on this. They are getting their instructions from the referee. They're going to go to work. This is going to be a good fight, lads. Everyone's expecting it. Everyone is expecting a good fight tonight. So, Wadley, Adelaide, we wait for the opening bell. And here we go. Wadley, Adelaide underway. Fabio Wadley, the less experienced in terms of boxing as a whole. He started his career as a white-collar fighter. And no amateur experience whatsoever. David Adelaide had slightly more amateur fights. Well, he had an amateur career. Not exactly a stellar one, but one nonetheless. But he's fought the lower level of opposition. Eric Molina, Nathan Gorman especially, is better than anyone Adelaide has fought. And Adelaide, in his career, has already had a questionable win over the durable and very game Kamil Sakalowski. And in this first round, Fabio Wadley just working the jab. Actually, I'm surprised. Both guys patient, feeling each other out. Fabio Wadley just giving a couple of feints there to David Adelaide. Misses with a right hand with David Adelaide. So they're both actually taking a look at one another in this first round. Really big occasion. Right hand to the body, just misses by Fabio Wadley. Really big occasion for both guys. There's got to be nerves there. Two very inexperienced heavyweights at any level. But this is for the British title, the coveted British title, the Longsdale belt. And both guys in this first round, I did expect them to come out and maybe not feel one another out, but there's definitely a lot of feeling going on in there. Fabio Wadley just dictating the pace, taking the center of the ring, has David Adelaide on the back foot already, just popping the jab. Fabio Wadley's jab is a very good punch. It's very fast. It's something that he's developed. His athleticism is quite good, is Fabio Wadley. He's been able to get away from some of his technical deficiencies with that athleticism. It's very good. He's got very good speed, and he's using the jab to good effect in this first round. Not a lot going on, as you see there on screen. David Adelaide just staying on the back foot, trying to take the sting out of any shots that come and trying to roll with the shots, but not really looking to set up any offense. Misses there with a left hook and almost gets countered. A little grin from David Adelaide, but a grin of a shot that hit off balance there was Fabio Wadley. But David Alliance needs to let his hands go a little bit more because he's losing this round. He's not done much. Not much has happened. But Fabio Wadley, just on the activity in the jab, he is following Adelie around. Lets a little combination go in there. David Adelie has a little look on his face as if to say, okay, what's going on here? But some shots go in from Adelie. They all miss. Very wild punches so far thrown by Adelie. No real composure from what I've seen so far, just as of yet. It has been Fabio Wadley's round. And he's not really done much. He's just won it by keeping Adelie on the back foot, using his jab, keeping center ring and dictating the pace. Oh, left hook goes in there by David Adelie. Fabio Wadley felt that. Just gives a look, kind of look as if to say, I can't believe that shot went through. And Fabio Wadley, whenever he gets hurt, he tends to come swinging. And that can have good effect as well, but it can also be very bad at times. Just excuse us there. We don't want links getting dropped in, but a decent end to the first round. Fabio Wadley just in a clinch. David Adelie lands a little left hook to end the round. First round over and done with. You would have to say that that was 100% a Fabio Wadley round. It definitely was. But Adelie had his moments. He had his moments in there. He definitely did. Thank you, Jackie Long. Class commentary. Thank you, my dear. Now, I enjoy doing it. I do. Like I say, some commentators, what they do, they'll only... Like, Darren Barker is the worst for it. He'll only focus on what one fighter is doing. He could get hit with a combination. Oh, great shot. And you're like, he didn't land anything. He's been hit by a combination. Let's have a look at the left hook. So a jab goes in by David Adelie. It's one of the shots he landed on Wadley. And then he lands a left hook. Now, it grazes the side of Fabio Wadley's chin. He just kind of turns with it. I don't think he was necessarily hurt, just annoyed more so it got through as round two is about to get underway. I definitely gave that round to Fabio Wadley. He was just the busier of the two. He was the busier of the two. He's come out this round busier again. Jab to the body of David Adelie. Adelie just looking, probing, looking for openings. I'm sure, and he just misses again with the left hook. See, he's looking to come in with his own shots. He's looking to come in and just catch Fabio Wadley when he's resetting or when he's not maybe kind of fully in motion and looking to land some big shots. I think he knows. That, okay, in terms of the jabbing contest and speed, I'm going to come off second fiddle. I'm not as fast with the jab, and I don't have as long a reach as Fabio Wadley does, which you can see here is using the good effect. But what I can do is I can land some good looping shots. And I'm quick too. I might not be as quick as him, but I can land these shots when he's not seeing them coming. And he is susceptible. His defense, Fabio Wadley, is not... It's not Floyd Mayweather or Pernell Whitaker. Oh, big jab goes in. Snaps the head back of Fabio Wadley, does David Adelie. As I literally just said there, Fabio Wadley's defense is not great. He can be hit, and he was hit there. And a big jab, snapping the head back of Fabio Wadley. That's going to give David Adelie a lot of confidence to know that actually, yeah, I can land on you. And instantly, Wadley looks to clinch. Right? So a lot going on here so far. But David Adelie, obviously that's going to spur him on. That's going to give him a lot of confidence. And looking to land the jab again. It was a very hard, stiff jab that he hit Fabio Wadley with. And Wadley, he's going to need to be careful. Because what he's doing here, and again, he gets hit with another jab. See, what he's doing, he's focusing on his offense. He's throwing his jab. He's letting it go, right? But he's not even remotely thinking what's coming back. He's been in there against, let's be frank, puddings. Some of them like Nathan Gorman, who are okay boxers, but they don't have the speed of a David Adelie. So what he's doing is he's letting those jabs go. He's thinking happy himself, but what's happened? I've been hit. That's what he's doing. And I think I don't want to say it's a shock to him necessarily, but he's probably in there thinking, crap, I need to be switched on. And straight away the referee is breaking the guys up again. It's been a bit aggressive in this round as well, but, the holding. Adelie has been a bit aggressive in there, and here we are in another clinch. But it's been a better round this for Adelie. Fabio Wadley is doing absolutely zilch with the jab. He's letting a few shots go on the inside, but he's not really doing anything else in terms of the outside range work, which he is and a right hand just goes in there, just grazes the chin of David Adelie. Some good shots from Fabio Wadley as well to end the round. Backs David Adelie up with a jab to the body. That is actually a good shot to use against someone like that, because what it does is, big right hand goes in from Fabio Wadley. Adelie smiles as if to say, look, that was nothing. I rode with that shot perfectly. And both guys end up in another clinch. But what I like from Fabio Wadley with that jab to the body is it's putting Fabio, let's put David Adelaide, I should say, off balance. So when he's off balance and he's hit by that shot, it means then if he does decide to swing, because he's been kind of pushed back a little bit by the jab, it means that his shots are going to land. Well, they're not going to land. They're going to fall short. So definitely enjoying this. Look at that look in David Adelaide's face. That's a switched on look. 100%. The commentary for the Zone or TNT is just biased for the home fighter. G-Man tells it like it is. Well, I'd love to do a commentary job with Chris Andre. It'd be good fun. Let's have a look. The jab that Adelaide landed, it didn't land as clean from the forward angle as I originally thought it did. It was a good jab, but it looked a lot more bang than it did. When I look at it in this angle, it landed, it was more a grazing jab, to be honest. I think for some reason, Fabio Wadley he actually amplified the shot. He was like, bam. I was like, well, okay, you didn't need to do that because it barely landed. As we go into round number 3, I think I would have it 1 round apiece. I would give the first round to Fabio Wadley, but I'd give the second round to David Adelaide. And again, Adelaide, big body shot goes in from Adelaide. That was a good little shot under the guard of Fabio Wadley. And now we're seeing some shots go. Now both guys are looking to exchange. Wadley with a body shot to Fabio Wadley. But keep your hands up, for God's sake. Fabio Wadley there landed a body shot. And what did he do? But he is taking it now. Here we go. Both guys looking to exchange now and get the elbow. Referee's going to have words with David Adelaide about that. Definitely. 100%. Yep. That was blatant. You do that, you're going to get a point deducted. 100%. 100%. You can't use the elbow like that. If you use it and are so blatant with it like you were there, he's going to dock you a point. And in a fight like this that could end up being close, you don't want to do that. But yeah, very fun start. Very fun. I'm enjoying this fight so far. And I do expect fireworks. Good jab there from David Adelaide. Just actually lands over the top of Fabio Wadley's. And again, looking to get in and looking to work the body of Fabio Wadley. I'm getting the names mixed up here constantly. Not professional. But no, I think I've been good so far. But Wadley, again, what he was doing there, right? And there's actually a bit of a gash. It's like a little kind of swelling, is it, over the eye of Fabio Wadley? Possibly from some of the shots David Adelaide has been landing. Or maybe it was the elbow and some good defense there. Gives it the little Billy Joe Saunders look there from Adelaide. Made Fabio Wadley swing and miss. They all miss. And he gives the kind of look in the air. Where was that? Again, I think with Adelaide, he is literally just hoping and praying that Wadley overcommits to a shot and he can land a counter, because that seems primarily to be what he's doing in there. Wadley seems happy to keep it at range, looking to step in, but there's times he's stepping in there. He's stepping in with his hands way too low. Like even there, right? He's standing there right in front of Fabio Wadley. His hands and guard are way too low. He's asking to get countered. One of the reasons why David Adelaide is trying to land that left hook, because the glove should be there, not there. If you keep doing that, he is eventually going to find you. Uppercut on the inside from David Adelaide. Fabio Wadley just smiles. Both guys a little grimace there. Fight heating up nicely. Good jab by Adelaide. Finds it on Fabio Wadley. Fabio Wadley is looking a little bit... Out of the two, his probably face is marking up a little bit more. Definitely a little bit more, but this has been a roll. Big right hand goes in from Fabio Wadley. Adelaide takes it. He's backed up into a corner and he's coming out fighting. But again, both guys end up in a clinch. Dirty, dirty action there. As we come to the last 15 seconds of the third round, which has been a fun fight so far to watch. It's not quite been Josh Warrington, Lee Wood, but it's been entertaining nonetheless. 320 in the building. Hope you are all enjoying it. Smash the old like button if you could. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, if you enjoy the commentary. As the third round comes to an end now. How are you guys having it so far? How are we all having it? It's been interesting. It's been a fun watch. I've been enjoying it thus far. I have to say I have. I've been enjoying it thus far. Fabio Wadley, Adelaide, we go into the third round. By the way, if you haven't already, because there's 330 in the building. If you like the commentary, if you want to see more of this, hit subscribe, hit the old like button. 13,500 by the end of play tonight. Let's get to it, lads. Let's get to it. But it's been a strange one so far. As I said, the right hand goes in from Fabio Wadley, but his defense is not exactly the best. But there's the blatant elbow right underneath the chin of Fabio Wadley. The referee will dock a point off Adeleye if he keeps that up. So he needs to be careful. At the end of the day, this fight is... The rounds are open to interpretation. You do not want to be getting points deducted for silly little offences like that. As we go into round number 4, bell just goes, right hand goes in from Fabio Wadley straight off the bat, but it's blocked by David Adeleye, who again, looking to move, looking to land his shot. That was very awkward from Adeleye. He looked absolutely away at sea there when he tried to land those shots. They were going nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Fabio Wadley seen them coming a mile away. Fabio Wadley at range with that jab. If he was just able to put a bit more spite on that jab, throw it a bit more authority, you will keep Adeleye off you. Double up on it, maybe even triple up on that jab. You are going to keep Adeleye away because in the jab contest, he's losing. He's landed a couple, but he's losing primarily the jab contest. What I think that Fabio Wadley is doing, he's letting his feelings, I think, in here get the better of him. So he's using the jab, then he's stepping in, and he's closing the range down for David Adeleye. And he's bringing Adelaye's shots into this. He has the longer range. He's the longer reach. He's the faster of the two as well. Good body shot from Adeleye, or from Fabio Wadley there. He needs to keep it at range. Because as soon as he steps in, his defense is not great. It's given Adeleye room to move. It's given him opportunities to land counters as well. But it's been a better round so far from Fabio Wadley. He's been really in control. Missing wildly there is David Adeleye. So a good round, this 4th round by Fabio Wadley. Seems to be finding his range. Maybe he's relaxing into the fight a bit more and calming down. Because there was times in the first couple of rounds you were like, okay, you're doing what I want you to do, but you're really off with certain things. But he's looking a lot better in this 4th round. He's been winning it so far. And there's not really anything that Adeleye has been able to do that's been able to offset Fabio Wadley either, which is good. It's good for him. Right hand misses from Fabio Wadley, looking to land a combination. Good work from David Adeleye on the ropes. That was actually pretty good. He was able to take the sting out of all them shots, ride them. Some of them didn't even get through at all. For someone who started his career boxing white collar, which if you've ever seen white collar, there is no skill there. There's no technical ability whatsoever. You would never think it if you looked at Fabio Wadley in the ring here tonight. He seems very polished, very well gamed. You know, really, really good. Really like what I'm seeing from Fabio Wadley so far. And David Adeleye, he's going to need to get a move on because he's losing this round here. And again, jabs go in again. He felt those jabs as well from Fabio Wadley. Adeleye tucking up. Oh, some shots going in here. Left hook goes in. Oh, that could have absolutely knocked the head clean off David or Fabio Wadley if that had landed. Big left hook. I'm wondering, is David Adeleye feeling the pace there because he was breathing with his mouth opened. Very heavily muscled man is David Adeleye, and he's not used to going the distance or going rounds at all. Oh, big left hook goes in from both guys. Both guys fighting the last couple of seconds in the corner. But again, breathing with the mouth wide open is David Adeleye. I wonder, is he feeling the pace? And it's not been fought at a murderous pace. But I'm wondering, is he feeling this now? Heavily muscled man, not used to going the rounds. I think his fight against Sakalowski was only 6 rounds. So he's not someone who is accustomed to going long into a fight. We're only 5 rounds in. This is going into the 5th round. This is a 12-rounder. As we look at Francis Ngannou in the changing rooms, he is getting his hands wrapped. These guys are next. Both these guys are next. So, what time are we at? They are looking to do an 11 o'clock main event time. If this fight goes the distance, they might get away with that. If it ends early in the next round or two, we might see it end. We might see the main event start earlier. Who knows? Oh, that was a big left hook, and it just grazed the chin of Fabio Wadley. He was lucky he didn't take that. Very lucky, but he has been in control, I want to say, thus far. Apart from the second round, it has been Fabio Wadley, and Fabio Wadley pretty comfy as we get ready to go into round number 5. Here we go. Hasn't quite been the Joshua White fight that I was kind of thinking it would be in terms of the fireworks we've seen in that fight, but it's been an interesting fight thus far. Fabio Wadley, I'm impressed, although he gets hit with a big stiff jab there. But I've been impressed what I've been seeing from him so far. He's really keeping his composure well, and again, referee having a word with the boxers again. But he's been keeping his composure well for such a big occasion, for someone so inexperienced. He's been just going through the motions. He's made mistakes, plenty of them defensively. He's too quick to rush in and his hands are down too low. But apart from that, when he's just stood in the middle of the ring and let his boxing go, let his jab go, he's looked very good. And he's been keeping Adelie on the back foot. He's landed some more jabs there, snapping the head back again of Adelie, who again misses wildly with some shots. Fabio Wadley's boxing is very good so far in this fight. Really, really good. Really liking what I'm seeing. And if it carries on like this, sooner or later, one of those right hands is going to detonate on the chin of Adelie. And I don't know how good his chin's going to hold up to a shot from Fabio Wadley. I really don't. He looks tired in there already. And again, left hook goes in, lands nowhere. Look at that. Body shot does go in. He did land that. But I think almost looked like he hurt his hand there when he landed that shot because he's not done anything since then. And Fabio Wadley just looking happy, composed. Adelie is looking tired in there. I wonder how hot it is in there as well. I'm wondering because it looks warm as hell in there. I can only imagine the heat that these guys, who are probably both not used to fighting at this kind of temperature, and Adelie again missing with the jab. Fabio Wadley just happy to keep it at range, using his footwork well, using his long range boxing. Hands are too low though. You're in range there. Don't do that. There you go. You see, you got hit with a jab. That's one thing I'm saying. I like what I'm seeing to some extent. And again, shots go in again. He's staying too close to Fabio or to David Adelie, and his hands are down way too low. Way too low. And someone's saying that they think Adelie is tentative. I think he is. I think he's tired in there. He's breathing with his mouth opened. And I think he's afraid. I think he's felt what Fabio Wadley has in terms of punching power. And he's thinking, I don't want to take any unnecessary risk because he lands his own shot there. But, shots go in there. And again, misses with a right hand. Glancing shot. Elbow going in again. Going to want to be careful there. The referee. No, he doesn't this time. He doesn't do anything. But some of these shots that Adelie is throwing, they're fairly wild. He's swinging a lot more. It's actually very novice-y when you see some of the things that Adelie is doing in there. And I know he is a novice pro to an extent. He didn't have an extended amateur background. But you would expect the white-collar fighter to be the one swinging. When they get close, and when Adelie is in punching range, for the most part, what I'm seeing him do here is he is looping these shots, which it can sometimes be, when he takes a big shot there, does Adelie. But he's looping these way out of the park. So much so that Fabio Wadley is clearly going to see them. And even when they're close, even when they're up close and Fabio Wadley is trying to move through these shots, some of them are looping so much and he's throwing them so wide that he's just missing by default. So really, really sloppy from David Adelie in this fight. And he's just getting outboxed. It's as simple as that. He's just getting outboxed by the better boxer in there. Fabio Wadley, again, as I said, inexperienced to say the least. But he's showing a lot of maturity in there. The occasion's not getting to him. He's landed the better shots. He's just defensively making a lot of mistakes. He's standing right in front of his opponent in punching range. It's not like he's standing away, that he can measure it and just be like, right, you can't land. I can have my hands down. He's standing right in front of Adelie with his hands down way too low. It's asking for trouble. I don't want to see that. But everything else he's been doing, it's been pretty good. I've been happy enough with what I've been seeing as we get ready to go into round number 6. Apart from the second round, it has been all Fabio Wadley in this fight. But he's someone who is not accustomed to going late in a fight. How will his stamina hold up? Seemingly, big left hook goes in. And that did land. And a punch on the break from David Adelie. And Fabio Wadley retaliates. Referee is going to have to get in there. And he does call time. And I think David Adelie may end up with a point deducted for that. He did hit on the break, which you are not allowed to do. He is getting rough and he is getting dirty in there. It's fair to say. Is that really how you want to win the fight? You win it by any means, I suppose. But referee calls them back into the centre of the ring. No fist bump there. Let's see what happens. That was the best little bit of offense that Adelie has had so far. And it was by hitting on the break. And he takes a right hand for his troubles. He's really looking to see what little opportunity he can get to land on Fabio Wadley. And there isn't many. Certainly not when he keeps at a good range. And again, he's moving David Adelie back. He's using his footwork. And what he's doing is Adelie is backing himself up to the ropes. But Adelie is literally falling into traps that I think Fabio Wadley is setting to him. There's such a thing as pressuring a fighter by just using your footwork. He's just cutting the ring off, using his footwork to move David Adelie back. And once he does that, he's landing shots, as he did there with a right hand. And Adelie has absolutely swing and a miss with a left hook. Nowhere near the mark. Has nothing really to offer. Adeleye would need to. Adeleye isn't throwing enough shots. He needs to try and use his own jab, because even if you aren't the taller guy and you don't have the longer reach, but you by jabbing with your opponent, it blinds him. If you double up on it and you use that to get inside, that could actually be a big benefit to you. And Adeleye is not doing that. He is literally just walking around the ring, looking to land whatever shots he can, looking for counters. But when he's doing that, like there, he's swinging wildly. And Wadley is seeing these shots coming. He's just happy to just feint them, moving in a little bit too close there. So you want to be careful. Yeah, you almost got hit with a shot there. But for the most part, Fabio Wadley looking very good as we're into the last minute of round number 6. Some would argue Adeleye is not even won a round yet. And to be honest with you, if you said you haven't given him a round, oh, he looked hurt there. Oh, legs are a bit stiffy there. I thought that right hand that Fabio Wadley just landed may have just buzzed Adeleye slightly, and I think Fabio Wadley knows that. Looking to go through the gears there, Fabio Wadley taking a step in. Adeleye with the tongue out saying, come on, let's see what you got. But I think Fabio Wadley knows that he may have hurt him. He may have just stunned David Adeleye slightly there. Adeleye moves with the shot, doesn't actually land. 25 seconds to go in the 6th round. Body shot goes in from Fabio Wadley. Adeleye with an uppercut, but a very limited uppercut, a little tiny pop up an uppercut, nothing really on it. He's looking tired in there, is David Adeleye, and it's not for throwing a lot of shots. He's not thrown many in this fight, but looking to get through to the end of the 6th round. Able to, big jab goes in from Fabio Wadley again. Another one he takes, David Adeleye. Really good stuff this from Fabio Wadley. No wonder he's the bookie's favourite. Really good stuff. Wadley has probably been sparring Joshua. Fraser Clark at ringside, who could have been there, and his promoter Ben Shalom is there with Martin Bacoli. He could have been in there, maybe not there, but he could have been fighting Fabio Wadley. But of course, Ben Shalom, you just know, you know. Ben Shalom. That's all I gotta say. He's there actually. And it's funny, when he wasn't even interviewed by TNT, he was with Takgan, but they never spoke to Ben Shalom the entire time. Yeah. He just standing there looking into the camera. Just standing looking into the camera. That's all he was doing. As we look at Tyson Fury backstage, having a look at the fight we're seeing here, we're into round number 7, the midway point of this fight. It's gone longer than all the other fights combined, because we've had 2 first-round KOs and a 3rd round. So this fight here has gone longer than the previous 3 fights combined. And I don't expect it to last much longer, judging by the look I'm seeing on Adelaye's face and looking how confident Fabio Wadley is. Yeah, I thought Bacoli had left Ben Shalom, but obviously not. Obviously Ben Shalom said, right, fine, fight on this card. It's funny they didn't interview Ben Shalom, but he just kind of stood there awkwardly looking into the camera. It's like, okay. Ben Shalom is just, he there. Okie dokie. But as we go, 2:20 left in round number 7. Jab goes in again from Fabio Wadley. David Adeleye is straight out of ideas, I think, in there. I really do. I think he's strong. Big jab goes in again from Fabio Wadley, snapping the head of Adeleye back. I think he's straight out of ideas. Nathan Gorman didn't last particularly long against Fabio Wadley, but he did better and he did more in the time he was in there than what I've seen from David Adeleye so far in this fight. Another jab from Fabio Wadley, snapping the head back at David Adeleye. Really good work I'm seeing in here from Fabio Wadley. Really liking what I'm seeing. And Adeleye has very little to offer. There's very little coming back from him. He's just standing there with the ropes. He's not even looking to try and even set up a jab or anything. The jab does go in there, to be fair, from David Adeleye, but there's very little else coming. His footwork, look at his footwork right there, right? It just looks so basic. His feet just look all over the place. He looked off balance as well. That is never going to win you this fight. And he is the guy who had the amateur background. If you said to me, as a fan who didn't know boxing, right, who was the better amateur out of the two, or who had the amateur career, you would easily say, oh, of course, it's Fabio Wadley. Be like, no, he had no amateur fights, right? And yet he looks as polished as this. He's boxing brilliantly in there. Absolutely phenomenally. By the way, if anyone's watching the F1, how's qualifying going? Oh, big shot. Down goes Adeleye. A big shot from Fabio Wadley. He smiles on the canvas. Is the referee administering the count? What are we up to? What are we up to? He's up at the count of 9. Referee going to let it continue? He is. 35 seconds to go here in the round. Fabio Wadley looking for the kill. Big right hand goes in. Left hook goes in. Oh, David Adelaide lands his own shot. Fighting back here, so he is. Okay, referee. Yep. Big shots go in again from Fabio Wadley. Opening up a combination. Adelaide looking to go. Oh, backed up into the court. Referee stops the fight. Adelaide is not happy. Oh boy, he ain't happy. Pushes the referee to one side. There's your winner, Fabio Wadley. Some would say they're not surprised. Judging by the first couple of rounds, you would say it was inevitable. Fabio Wadley stops David Adelaide. Thoughts on the stoppage? Yeah, I would have let him continue. Personally, I would have. I can see why he's aggrieved. I would have let him carry on if I had been refereeing. Personally, it was, how long was left? 10 seconds? And he wasn't down again. He was rocked. I would have let him carry on, personally. But it's the referee's call. There we go. So the people who put money on Fabio Wadley, delighted for you all. It came true. It came true. Fabio Wadley knocks out David Adelaide in 7 rounds. Fair play. And I give him that. Fair play. So, whilst we have a bit of a lull, because we got the next fight coming up pretty damn soon, 464 in the chat. By the way, if you haven't already, please hit the old like button, but more importantly, hit the old subscribe button. Hit the old subscribe button, please. Qualifying for the F1 is on in the next 10 minutes. Okay. Is it? Yeah. In the next 10 minutes. All right, perfect. So, we have something to, we'll be talking about anything until the main event comes. But what are your thoughts on that? Made some mistakes. He did make some mistakes. He definitely did. But for the most part, I was pretty pleased with what I was seeing in there from Fabio Wadley. He is a good little fighter. He is. No, he is. But there was mistakes. Mistakes were made. That's what I will say. Mistakes were definitely made. But look, he got the win. For him, there was a lot of beef there. A lot of animosity towards David Adelaide. And man, he dominated. He really dominated him in there. And you would never think, as I said, Fabio Wadley is the guy who had no amateur career. This was a white-collar boxer. And he goes in there and he does that. Fair play. I give him that fair play. It's a really good performance. Big right hands, left hook. Down goes Adelaide. Landing up again the ropes. Down for the first time in his career. He gets up. He beats the count. He does beat the count. And to be honest with you, he was punching back. I know he was taking some heavy punishment. I would have let him carry on. I would have let him carry on. And that's what I would say. I would have let him carry on. I would have. I suspect he probably would have got stopped later on, but you never know. You never know. I'm not too sure. It could be just a one-fight deal. It could be just a one-fight deal. He may go back to Matchroom. I don't know. He is managed by Dillian Whyte. And I would imagine Dillian Whyte and Eddie Hearn are not on the... I would say they're not probably on the best of terms. They're not fair to say they're probably not on the best of terms. Yeah, I'd say it's probably fair to say they're not probably on the best of terms. So I would imagine it's, who knows. I would say probably for Fabio Wadley, it's just going to be whoever offers the most money. David Adelaide looking there, he can't get over the stoppage. Cannot get over the stoppage. Just reading the text there from one of my mates saying that link isn't getting them anywhere. Just bear with me. I'm going to text my mate. Just bear with me. But yeah, what happened there? That was the fight in the nutshell. What are your guys' thoughts on it? Terrible stoppage. Fair play to Wadley, though. Yeah, look, he is fair play. Like, I was picking David Adelaide to win this fight. I thought that Adelaide... Well, to be honest, I thought Adelaide, you see, he talked such a good game in the run-up to this fight. He did. He talked such a good game. and then to go in there and just do nothing. Like, that's what he just didn't do anything, really. So for me, it's like, yeah, mate, did you even deserve? What were you hoping? What were you hoping to do by just doing nothing for the 7 rounds? Fabio Wadley was in control, in complete control. Yeah, the stoppage wasn't great, and I'll attest to that. I would have let him carry on, and I can understand why he's aggrieved. But yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That I've got no issue with those scorecards at all. You could give Adelaide the second round. I wouldn't. I wouldn't begrudge him that. I wouldn't begrudge him the second round. But the rest, nah. Yes, please hit the old like button and subscribe if you haven't already. We started the evening. Right, we started the evening at only like what were we at? We were at like 14,000 and something. But yeah, we should be good. Just texting someone there. Just give me 2 secs. There we go. I have to get the thumbnails in, man. I have to get my thumbnails ready. So I'm going to do a post fight for this, but we're only going to do the post fight after the main event. We're only going to do post fight after the main event because we want to keep this watch along going. We're doing some good numbers in here, people. We're doing some very, very good numbers. So I've been liked and subscribed. Boom. That's what I like to hear. Yeah, because look at that. 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 Started this evening on 13. You can't see it. Of course, brilliant. But take my word for it. We're on 13,000 and something. And now we've got like nearly 40 subscribers more. So we're happy with that. No, not texting that, eh? I was texting someone to make me a thumbnail for the post-fight review. And for the Fury post-fight. I do. If I could text that, eh? But what am I going to text him? And he's probably mad busy with the zone because he's working over there. So I ain't going to bother him while he's at work. He ain't going to do that. But he's got to, I wish I was over there so bad. It'd be absolutely amazing. Like that atmosphere, Saudi Arabia. It's a place I'd like to visit. It's a place I'd really like to see, like the Middle East and place like that. One of my friends lives out in Dubai now. Dubai or Abu Dhabi. It's one or the other. It'd be a place I'd be crazy. Yeah, Fraser Clark. I mean, if I was Ben Shalom, why not just make the fight? Like the guy is 31. He's not got a particularly compelling style to watch. I mean, like, what? Why not make what is Fraser Clark going to do elsewise? You know, I don't get it. Ade is doing great. Fair play to him. Ah, man, Ade is doing amazing, and I love the fact that he, whenever I'm in the UK, he's always like, "Come on, we're going to do stuff together." We went for drinks actually last time I was over there. He actually brought me out to a nice little hotel called the Stratford, and it's obviously in Stratford. And we went for drinks there, and we were talking, like making questions for the Sonny Edwards Bam Rodriguez face-off, which obviously is yet to be aired. But believe me, it was entertaining to say the least. It wasn't like Joshua versus White face-off or anything like that, but it was entertaining by their standards. And me and him the night before, we're sat in there and we're just like, what should we ask? I'm like, ask him this. Like, oh yeah, ask him that. So that was good fun. We had good fun doing that. And obviously I got to go and see the face-off. I'd say they're going to release that probably in November, December time. And it's mad because, you're looking at it, you're like, I was there for that. I was there. I got to see it live. I don't need to watch it. I got to see it live. I got the unedited version. So, big up to Ade. He's done a lot for me. And yeah, I'm glad that he's there. He deserves it. Interviewing Adelaide, I'd say I can understand why he's aggrieved with that 100%, because that stoppage for me was a little bit on the premature side. But what can you do? What can you do? The British refs do have a tendency to do that, and some people make an argument and they say, oh, but for ashtrays. There's so many fights throughout the years, throughout the decades of boxing, that you could make a case should have been stopped earlier, and they weren't. And what happened? The guy in trouble went on to win. It's not always as clear cut as, oh, well, it should be. Well, if that's the case, then when a fighter gets rocked, the fight should be instantly stopped because, oh, was something good. It's boxing. You got to give them at least, as long as they're not taking a horrific beat. If they're taking a hellacious beating and the referee, yeah, fair enough. If they're out of it, if they, they're completely dazed, out of it and gone, yeah, stop it. But if they're punching back or they're trying and it's near the end of the round, let them carry. They've earned that. Let them carry on. If they lose, so be it. You could say, well, they ended up losing. Yeah, but at least we can see and try. If you're just going to stop it as soon as there's trouble, it's like, well, what's the point? It's just like, you never know. Like, Adeleye, I don't think it would have happened. But who's to say the next round he wouldn't have landed a big left hook and taken Fabio Wadley out? Really humble in defeat on the mic. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Respect there between the two guys, even after all. Hope they knocks that grin off Fury's face. I doubt it. I doubt it very much, mate. I can imagine this is a pretty run-of-the-mill Fury win, I would imagine. But look, you never know. Stranger things have happened. This is boxing. Anything can happen. More so heavyweight boxing. There's a different feel for this event than there was for Mayweather-McGregor, which is the only other one of its kind. All right? With the Mayweather-McGregor, it was a strange atmosphere going into it. It was. With this one, with the Mayweather-McGregor one, there was more people really genuinely believing, I don't know why, McGregor was going to win. With this one, no one believes Francis Ngannou was going to win, but there is a feeling that something you never know might happen. I don't think anything will. I think that's just people maybe trying to over-speculate, but you never know. I don't think he will, personally, no. I've not really been impressed with Johnny Fisher from what I've seen so far. He's been fairly run-of-the-mill. I've not been mad impressed with Fisher, I have to say. So I think that with him, he's a big ticket seller. That is always what a promoter wants. It is, genuinely, it is always what a promoter wants. You'll find that promoters, whether they be Warren, Shalom, whoever, if you said to a promoter, what would you rather have? Would you rather have a fighter who has probably a low ceiling, but will make you money in the short term because he's a big ticket seller, or a fighter who has a massive ceiling, but his style is not the best and he's not the most entertaining, he's not the most charismatic, but you could be looking at a three-weight world champion? I'm telling you now, a lot of promoters would say, give me the guy who'll make a quick buck. And I'm telling you now, that's what they will, because they'll be like, sells money, all that jazz. He's better than Dave Allen. He's definitely better than Dave Allen, but I can see the comparison, the kind of cult following. I do think he is better than Dave Allen, but yeah, South Africa beat New Zealand, did they? So they retained. South Africa beat New Zealand, so they retained. That's how the World Cup went, okay? I'm not a big rugby fan. So, like, when people were saying, you upset about Ireland losing, like, I don't really give a crap about Ireland losing, to be honest with you. It doesn't bother me. Do you know something that I would do? I would put Moses Telma in with a Dave Allen or a Nathan Gorman this year. I'd do it. Honestly, like, I would put him in with Dave Allen. How did the other fights go from the undercard? Parker beat Keane in 3 rounds. Telma beat his guy in a round. Bacoli beat Takam in 3 rounds, I think it was. And Makhmadov won in a round. So a lot of... Expect it. When you put loads of heavyweights on a card, you are going to get... And actually, every fight, even the preliminary fight, they've all been knockouts. If Fury knocks out Ngannou, we've had all KOs on this card. When's the last time you've seen a card that had all KOs? I've seen cards that have had all UDs, and they've been those type of cards. But I don't recall seeing one with all knockouts. Yeah, big up to South Africa. It's not a place I've been, but I'd love to visit Africa someday. It's not a continent that I've been to either, but again, it's a continent on the list that I'd love to see. One day, man, one day. You never know. One day. But yeah, shout out to those guys. Yes. And again, 13,452. So 48 subs of 13,500. So if you haven't already, please, lads, hit the old like button to help your boy out. Subscribe, all that good stuff. We're doing the commentary for the main event as well. We'll get the post-fight review out. And I think, lads, we have to, right? Even after the fight ends, we have to stay live a little bit longer, because I reckon they will. They're going to have Fury Usyk in the ring, and we are going to get that fight date. if it is December 23rd, holy, you know what? It is going to be, I am going to be so happy. The 433 people in the chat are going to be so happy. We're all going to be happy. We really will. I do at the minute, YouTube, the revenue has been going up every month. It's been nice, but we still have to work. Bills still got to be paid, man. And I'm moving to the UK next year, man. So I got to get savings up. I got to get my savings up. So yeah, still hold down a full-time job. And then YouTube, obviously, I've got a new sponsor as well, who I must also plug, because actually I haven't even plugged them yet in this video, which is bad of me. But I'm gonna pop a link to the sponsor of this channel. So we've got a nice little working relationship going at the minute. Sponsor of this channel is a company called Boxing Showtimes. They have an app which is available on the App Store. I'm going to leave a link to it. I even got my own promo code. What do you think about that? I'm going to leave a link to that in the chat. I'm actually going to pin it in the live chat, right? So if anyone wants, and they've not already, I would encourage anyone to go on to Boxing Showtimes. The chat is there, or I'm going to pin it, okay? So pin there in the chat. That app, right, is like BoxRec, Boxing Scene, has YouTube, has boxing news, has everything. It's all rolled into one, right? It's all rolled into one. You can upgrade your membership, which is pennies, right? It's much less than the Zone's membership, and you get way more, okay? You also can get a 14-day free trial and a reduction on the membership with the promo code GMAN, which is right there. So I got to put that in the chat. Been sub for a while, can't do it again, but I would, mate. Mate, you subbed. That's the main thing. That is the main thing, man. I appreciate it. I really, really, really do. I really do. I appreciate it. But in response to Ziggy's question, yeah, we still do. Obviously, I'm moving to London next year, so I want to get as much in the bank as I can before then, just to make life a little bit easier when we get over there. And then we'll see. If by, say, March, April next year, we're on close to 20K and the views are increasing every month as they have been and everything's going well, we'll be in a position where, we'd still need a job, but we wouldn't be as desperate for one, if you know what I mean. Because, it's been good, What people are asking about YouTube, right? If you can do 150,000 views a month, which I do, you could work part-time and you'd be making pretty good money. As in, like, you'd be making kind of what you'd be making full-time. So if I done 3 days a week, I'd come out with a full-time wage at the end of the month, right? If that makes sense, right? That makes sense. But you need to be doing around about 150,000 views a month. If you're not doing 150,000 views, that ain't going to work. Big up G-Man, touching down to the Midlands. Always love the lives and hearing your views. I appreciate it, mate. I appreciate it. Clarity Walk. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Anyone have, because I really need to keep an eye on the F1 results. This is the one bad thing about doing this, right? This is the one bad thing about doing it, is that, like, my second love of sport is F1, and I'm like flipping qualifying on right now this minute, and I'm dying to know who's going to be on pole. So by the time qualifying is over, I'll still be live. So I'm going to be relying on people to tell me how qualifying is going, because I know a few of the guys who were subscribed also, like myself, enjoy watching F1. And I'm like, I'm a big Verstappen fan, so I reckon he'll put it on pole, but you just never know. You just never know. I big up the True Geordie. Big up to him. Me and him are on DM terms now. 8 minutes left in Q1. Yeah, we like Lando. I watched F1 until the season is already won. See, I'm a big Verstappen fan, man. I'm a big fan of Max Verstappen. So, like, I've been a fan of his since he came into the sport. So seeing him, it's like, do what he's done. It's like, yes, my guy is doing what I always felt he would do. I'm gonna just pop real quick onto my app here, which is being slow for some reason. It's nothing to do with the stream or anything like that. It's just being worryingly slow, which I'm going to refresh it just to get a kind of live update on how the qualifying is going. Max is great, man. Max is he's my favorite driver. He really is. Now we're just doing a watch along for the fight, man. We're just doing a watch along for the fight. Verstappen ahead of Ricardo. Ricardo's been going well all weekend, but he's P2 in Q1. Only 2.5 tenths off Verstappen. That's impressive. That's real impressive. That is fair play. Esteban Ocon, only 13 fastest. Oh, 119.0. That's not going to get you even out of Q1. Right? Like to say, thank you, Al Heyman. You know, that's a good question. That's a very good question. If McLaren give him a top car, which they may very well do, why leave? Why leave? I reckon that he'll keep his options open, but I could easily see him staying at McLaren or going to Mercedes, one or the other. Don't know if Red Bull would do. Red Bull can talk about wanting him over, but would they really? Would they want to? I don't know. I think that Ricardo is a given in that car for next year. Ricardo was ahead of Ricardo. This is a damn indictment on Perez. Ricardo in an Alpha Tauri is ahead of Perez in his home track in a Red Bull on soft tires. That's a damn indictment on him. Like, I like Perez, but goddamn, two McLarens actually are out. Well, they're not out, but Q1 coming to an end. Oh, big up, man. Delighted for South Africa. You retained the World Cup, didn't you? You were the champions going in, weren't you? So you guys retained the World Cup. Big up, man. I would love for Ireland to have some kind of an achievement, but it ain't going to happen in any kind of form. Yeah, I think he would as well. It's the longest tourism advent I've ever seen. Yeah. Oscar is on mediums. I'd say I'll stick him on softs now in a wee bit. I'd say I'll stick him on softs. Apologies, was watching the final. Who won? Fabio Wadley absolutely dominated David Adelaide. Stopped him in the 7th round. It was dominate. Like, there's no ifs or buts. He dominated him. He won every round on 2 of the judges' scorecards and only lost the round on the other one. Man, I'm from Swords, which is in Dublin. Big up we got a big True Geordie up though, and he's actually been in some of these chats before, so we got to big him up. Yeah, but he's doing, like, he has crazy numbers in his live. How many? 6.6 thousand views. Right now we're live in his chat. That's insane. That's actually insane. Could you imagine having 6.6 thousand views in a chat at one given time? That is actually insane. I would love that. Man, I would love that. One day. One day, man, one day. You never know. One day. One day we might get that. Has Hamilton been good for F1? I'm not so sure. I'm not exactly. I'm not his biggest fan right? I'm just not. I've never been a fan of Lewis Hamilton. I'm not his fan. Just Lewis Hamilton, nah, man. Not a big fan of his. Always been more of a Schumacher fan, people like that. And obviously I love Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen is he's my guy. You know, we like Max Verstappen on here. Yeah, True Geordie definitely has better curtains, 100%. 100%. Hamilton or Bellew? There's a variety of reasons why I don't like Lewis Hamilton, right? Lewis Hamilton is a great driver. He really is. He's a great driver. But he is one of the most moany, annoying drivers you will ever. Like, he gets DQ'd from the US Grand Prix, and why they didn't check, accept it. And the funny thing is, even Danica Patrick, who I have a lot of respect for, I like Danica Patrick, is just like, move on. Just move on. Charlotte Claire is, 12 years younger than you, and he was like, all right, shit happens. And it's like, just move on, mate. And he always has to whine about this. It's like, mate, come on. Like, just relax, man. It ain't that deep. I was never a big Button fan either. I was never a big fan of his either. I wasn't I would probably say I was more a Hamilton fan when they were at McLaren than I was a Button fan, to be honest with you. I was probably more so cheering for Lewis at McLaren than Jensen. I don't know. I was never his biggest fan. You're on the rise. Keep it up, mate. Man, appreciate it. Appreciate it. I really do. Yeah, he's a very unlikable character. Like, my mum doesn't even like Lewis Hamilton, and she barely knows anything about F1. But she's always said, like, just something about it. She just does not like. And he just comes across that way to go out and get Lando to the team with Russell. That'd be a great team. And I like Lando. I do like Lando Norris. Keep up the good work, mate. You have great knowledge and a fantastic accent. The accent, people have always said that. I don't notice the accent being any different than anyone. People have always been like, "Oh, your accent." It's like they're talking to McGregor now, and me and him are from Dublin. Obviously, we are from different parts. Hence the reason my accent isn't as strong as his. But people always say the accent. I'm like, what about the accent? Is it good or bad? And they always say it's good. I think it was about time you thanked his excellent mate. Ade. Ade is a great mate. I know you can't help it, but honestly, don't look at others. Jordy built his following from football and pivoted somewhat to combat sports. You built it originally like Ade. Yeah, Ade showed me a pic of him and Ryan when they were starting out in like 2015, 14, and it's just him and Ryan sitting watching an Eddie Hearn show on TV, and he's hosting them. That's crazy. Just think about that. Let that sink in for a couple of seconds. Like, in the space of about 8 years, you're sitting with your mate watching these shows, and now you're hosting them, and you've done it literally through just making YouTube videos. That's insane. But it shows anyone can do it. It really does show anyone can do it. Love what you do, by the way. Long time subscriber. Keep up the brilliant work. We will always, man. We will always keep up the. That's the thing, man. This is a part of my life now. Even the G-Man, what did you make of the Wadley? What did you make of the Wadley fight? Just tuned in. Very impressed. Very impressed. I think it was a very good performance. I actually worried about Wadley, and I said in my prediction video that would the occasion, out of the two, would he be the one where the occasion got to him more? And it seemed the other way around. Adelaide, all that bravado, all that front, when the cameras rolled and everything happened, he seemed to just freeze up. His technique went out the window, everything. And Fabio Wadley just kept it at range, made a couple of mistakes defensively, yes, but everything else, he looked brilliant. He really did. Hey, Jim, and I know you don't ever put in your description of your videos. I'm not an IT whiz, but I think if you put a load of descriptions, it'll help get views. I've done it before, mate. I've toyed with doing that, and I noticed no real difference, to be honest with you. Now you've said it, it's something that I might think about doing, but I've not really noticed it. I've done it in the past, like last year, and they seem to just do the same, to be honest, mate. So I don't know. Look, I might try it on a couple of vids post, but I don't notice any big difference, if I'm honest with you. So that's what I'll say. Norris is not out in Q1. Is he actually? Is he actually out in Q1? Oh my God. What did he do? Because that McLaren looked glued to the track. I think 335 in here, 243 likes. Something doesn't add up. That's why you got to smash the like button. And there's 400 now. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. Morning from Australia. Just woke up. How did Parker look? Cheers, mate. I have to say, he looked very good. He looked very good. I really do. I really do. I think he looked very good. He let his shots go very well. He was picking the shots very good. He looked really, really good. So I was very happy with how Joseph Parker looked. I really, truly was. I was really happy with him. G-Man, which team do you think will nail the 2026 regulations if you had to pick at the minute? And what's your thoughts on Joshua investing in Alpine? I would imagine Red Bull will be strong. And I would also imagine Aston Martin, because they'll be with Honda. Mercedes, if it's an engine formula. I'm not looking forward to the 2026 regulations. I'm not. I'm looking forward to the noise being back, because I missed that. But I'm not envisioning it's going to add a new lease of life into the sport. And with Joshua invested, I don't get it. Loads of people invested in Alpine, but they're not a particularly good team. I can't believe Lando Lawrence is out in Q1. Is he actually? Hang on a minute. Is he actually out in Q1? Let's see the classifications for. Oh my God. He aborted 2 laps. Lando. The F, man. What are you doing? And your car is good enough. Like, that car is good enough to win. It should win. Get rid of that. We don't want any of those dodgy links being dropped in. I'm not surprised with Ocon, Stroll again, of course. What's up with K-Mag? He's a better driver than that. He is genuinely a better driver than that. Hamilton comes across as a bit selfish and self-entitled. It's all about me. And, well, think of it like this, right? Lewis Hamilton contradicts himself just like Tyson Fury. You know, when Max Verstappen was winning at the start of the year, he's been winning all year. But when that car has been ahead, he's been like, I never had a car like that. You know, I've had good cars, but never like that. It's like, mate, you in 2014 at a safety car with 7 laps to go had nearly a 30-second gap to Perez in the next car from a safety car with 7 laps to go, right? Your Mercedes, and I think Toto Wolff even said that they had, if they wanted to, they could lap the whole field with those cars. And you're saying that, like, oh, it's a bit, mate. And that's the thing, like, Hamilton is nearly 40 and he comes across as quite immature. Like, he'll throw his toys out of the pram. Whereas you got younger people like Leclerc and people that were like, oh, yeah, these things happen. But with Hamilton, it's always, it's like, mate, just get a grip. Like, I've never been a fan. Never been a fan. Never have. You think Eddie Hearn will throw Campbell Hatton to the Wolves? He seems to be getting frustrated with Hatton's excuses for lack of progress. Do I think he'd throw him to the Wolves? Probably. Look, Eddie Hearn signing Campbell Hatton knew that with him, he's going to be able to milk the name. The problem is that if you are not progressing, if you're not improving, and he looks shocking, you can't make any money out of a guy if you're going to spend another 2 years fighting cream puffs. And he is fighting very poor opposition. And again, he's not improving. Do I think he'd feed him to the Wolves? Like, Eddie Hearn is not going to put Campbell Hatton in there against someone who is going to beat him, but they're not going to make any money out of it, if that makes sense. If he's going to cash Campbell Hatton out, Campbell Hatton is what, 140? You see, I remember when he had Conor Benn back around about 2019, and there was a lot of talk about Ben versus Josh Kelly at the time. And now Josh Kelly, at that time, Eddie Hearn, Sky, everyone, they were really pushing Kelly as the next thing in British boxing. You know, a good-looking guy, a flashy style. You know, they were, and you remember Sky were selling the you-know-what out of Kelly. And I had no doubt in my mind that when he was talking, because at that moment, Conor Benn was looking terrible. He wasn't looking good at all. And I always suspected that with Conor Benn back then and Eddie Hearn was literally looking, right, let's do Kelly. Let's cash Conor Benn out. Let's make a fortune out of it. And we have a star with Josh Kelly. It didn't work like that. I reckon that's what Eddie Hearn... If Kelly had beaten Avanesian, they would have done Ben versus Kelly, no doubt in my mind. But he didn't. So now we're in this kind of situation. The problem is, I don't know. There's like they're never gonna do something as stupid as Hatton versus Jack Cattrall. That would be just stupid. It'd make no money. It would be just completely nonsensical. It'd be stupid. It'd be just stupid. There's no like person that I think they could put him in there with. One of my friends is having trouble with his stream there, and I don't understand why. Just give me 2 secs. Bear with me. Browser, there we go. Yeah, I think that's probably one of the things there. Is that they probably will try and do it eventually, but who would you do it against? That's the thing. I'm a bit neutral about Lewis. His fan base annoy me, but the Max Boos, who says cheesy MCU and shit like that, my king is inevitable and is greater than Clark Senna are annoying too. Lewis Hamilton and Max, like, I don't like the Max boos. I understand why, but Max has never done anything. He's never said anything controversial or anything like that. And yet he's given an awful time of it. Why? Because he's winning. I like Max. I've always been a fan of his, and he has the personality I think I would get on very well with. We actually have the same birthday, me and Max Verstappen, obviously different years. I think I'm 3, 4 years older than him. Great Channel G, man. You still moving to the UK next year? Oh, 100%. Oh man, that's not a still, am I? I am. I have to. I want to. I just, mate, the opportunities that could come up over there, I cannot. I I just can't be here. There's so much good over there, and there's so much that I could do with the channel and everything, and opportunities there that I know are there. There's no point standing. I've lived in Ireland my whole life. I need a change. I need some form of change. That's what I want. So that's where we stand there with that. Not yet. That's where we stand with that. So look, that's next year. In terms of now, what time are we at? We're at 10:30. Surely they're going to pick up the pace a little bit, because they're not going to make us wait another half hour for this. Because if they make us wait another half hour, these ring walks, Fury ring walks, are notoriously long. This could take an age. Hopefully it's not like that. Hopefully it's just a nice little situation. What happened in the Takam Bakoli fight? Takam got battered, pretty much. Bakoli looked big, like big. Tell he enjoyed himself the last couple of months. That's what I will say, because he was looking big. I'm just seeing it on here. Look at some of these views. True Geordie's up to 7,500 views, or 7,500 viewers. That's insane. Can you imagine having that many viewing at one point? That is absolutely insanity. I'd love that. I would absolutely love that. But let's see. We're doing well now. We're not doing too bad now. We're not doing too bad now. No, we're not doing too bad. What's that say? Are also under investigation or failing to slow. Oh, a few investigations going on in the F1. You a dub? Yeah, we are. Eddie, what did he? Where was that? Eddie warned Hatton last fight. He needs to, though, because Campbell Hatton is going nowhere fast. He's just not. He's not remotely talented. He is not remotely talented. I'm sorry, but he's not. Some people they're just not. And Campbell Hatton is just one of them. He's just not remotely talented. He's not a good boxer. He never will be. He's been pro now for 2 years, and he's nearly 3, and he's done zilch. When's the main event? Takam. They're both from Cameroon, actually, to be fair. Ngannou is warmed up in the dressing room. I would imagine it's going to come soon, probably in the next 10 to 15 minutes, I would imagine. So let's go. Let's see. I am hoping in the next 10 to 15 minutes, because, again, it's not a big ring walk, but Fury's ring walks are notoriously long. They are notoriously long. So I hope we get this fight sooner rather than later. Do you think he will? Look, Campbell Hatton to me, look, I respect the trier, and you should always try. But if you've tried something for 2 years and you're not getting any better at it, you need to really stop and take reflection and see what's going wrong. I'm not saying necessarily stop, but I'll give you an example, right? Imagine you're trying to do a YouTube channel, right? Like a boxing channel, and you're doing it 2 years, and you've not even got 500 subs, right? And you're pumping out videos, right? You need to stop and say, right, I'm not growing. Whereas, other people who start at the same time as me have 2,000, 3,000. What am I doing wrong? Right? You need to look, take a reflect, and say, I can improve on this. I can do this. It's the same in every aspect. If you've been doing something for 2 years, you're not getting any better. It's not a case of you should just quit. You need to take stock, look, and say, what can I do differently? I should do this or this or this or this. Some of them do, some don't. I think Campbell Hatton needs to take a big hard look and say, I need to do X, Y, and Z. Oh, what? No. 35 minutes until the main event. Oh, God damn it. ESPN have a timer. Brilliant. Not that I don't like doing these, I do. But 35 minutes plus everything else, that means we're going to be in the 2 hour ballpark. That's BS. No, surely they'll increase it. They're interviewing Ronaldo, Brazilian Ronaldo, right now on TNT. Oh man, I love the chats and all that. But when the main event is next, and you're like, just get it on, because I want to do the commentary on it as well. You know, it's not something I've ever really done, to be honest with you. So I couldn't really comment on that, to be honest. I'm not the person to comment on that for, because I don't smoke anything, and I haven't really ever done. So again, not the person I want to. I'm not the person to comment on that, to be honest with you. Just take a quick glance at how Q2 is going. Verstappen again, fastest from Oscar Piastri. Daniel Ricciardo, third fastest. God damn. I'm looking here like that, doing like a watch along for F1, even though obviously this is a boxing channel. Many people aren't too interested in it, but I'm still looking at this like, oh my God, Daniel Ricciardo with 8 minutes to go was 4 tenths off Max Verstappen in a Red Bull, and he's ahead of Sergio Perez. If he outqualifies Perez in Mexico of all places, man, that is a bad look. That's a real bad look for him. And I hear Verstappen and Hamilton are both under investigation. Verstappen is under investigation after he appeared to pause the pit lane. That might not be good. But Hamilton under investigation for failing to slow for yellow flags. That's normally a slam dunk penalty right there. That's normally a grid penalty. How often you work out, G-Man? Now at this minute in time, pretty much every day. So my job is 5 minutes around the corner from the gym. So I go on my lunch and then I go in the evening. So I'm in the gym at least every day now, doing something. So I was there today. I'll be probably there tomorrow. And it's a bank holiday in Ireland, so I'll go on Monday. There you go. So pretty much every day now at this point. And I'm noticing serious benefits as well. I've never done every day before, but now I'm like, serious benefits. G-Man, thoughts on Arsbek Makhmadov? That guy looked like one to avoid. He wasn't in there with much. Like Junior, right, he primarily campaigned at cruiserweight. He got bet by Shumanov back in the day. And Shumanov was a blown up light heavyweight. Got stopped actually by him. So, not ideal. He looked disinterested. But Makhmadov is a beast. That guy is a straight up beast. He's an absolute killer in there. So I was like, I wasn't surprised it ended in a round, but man, he is devastating. Like Makhmadov is a problem. He's ranked below Joshua and Wilder in the WBC, which you would say is a bit unfair because he's been more active than those two. Certainly Wilder. And has he fought better? Well, he's fought Takam. He's fought this guy now. Takam is better than Franklin and Hellenius. Thoughts on Haney's upcoming fight? I look forward to it. Slightly favouring Prograis, I got to admit. G-Man, have you ever laced a pair of 16, 14 ounce? I have. Haven't done it for a while. It's been about 4 years nearly, I think, now since I have. But I never was that dedicated to actual boxing training. Where does the love of the sport come from? That's a good question. I remember just looking at like the 70s heavyweights and liking that, and then obviously getting involved. I think it was 2012 was when I really started watching the sport. It was Canelo actually I was watching back then, and I don't know, it just appealed to me. It just appealed to me so much. I just liked it so much. I love the individualism of it, that it's it's man against man, and that's it. And I like that. I just loved it. And it just grew on me from then. And here I am, watching boxing on a Saturday night, talking to 370 people. and they're watching me comment. So it's, I don't know. Without boxing, I really don't know where I would be, because people always say, like, boxing did this. I don't know where I'd be without this sport, because literally this is what I'm. That's what all I'm doing now is boxing everything. Like my whole day is week. It's like, what's the video to do? What's this? It's given me so much. It's been crazy. Like boxing's given me so much. Evening G man, how's tricks, pal? You living in London? Yeah, it won't be till next year, mate. It won't be till next year, but we will be 100%. That's a given. What's to say? G man, I live near York Hall in London. I've been to York Hall. Want to do my first white collar as soon as my MLC heals up. Whenever event it is, you should do the commentary. Hey man, I'd be happy to do the Listen, man, I'd take any commentary gig I could get. I would be happy to do the commentary for it. On a Saturday night, what's that saying? On a Saturday night, you could be down in the pub getting pints. Yeah, I don't. That's not really me anyway, so I don't really do much of that. So, yeah, I wouldn't worry too much there. But still, how come I'm moving to London? Well, for one, I've lived in Ireland my whole life. I want to change up, and second of all, there's a lot of events I can attend, which I can't attend because I have to fly over and a lot of things. There's a lot of opportunities in London, in the UK in general, that are there for, especially given the fact that like I have a channel that I can do, like it can get me access to certain places. Ade has often said, if you're over there more, we can do more work together. We can do a lot more. So there's a lot of opportunities there in London for me, and I just feel like, why not? What am I going to do here? I'm not going to do anything else here. I'm just going to mortgage a house and just work for what? I've still got plenty. I don't have any kids. Why not? We'll go for a year or two and see how we go. What made you move to London for? You going full time with the boxing punditry? I'd love to, but I'd say for the start we won't be. But I'd love to try. G-Man, have you ever had experience with anxiety or depression? Because I'm glad people are talking openly about. Many thanks for the great live. I have to be honest, no, I haven't. Thank God for that. I never have. I've had moments where I've been down, but I've never. Oh, Undertaker and Vince McMahon are there. Wow. I just wasn't expecting to see them there. I've never really. I can't say I have. Thank God. I no. So I can't really. I'm not. I would say though, if ever anyone is, they need to look at the circle that they have around them, because I think the company you keep has a big impact on your mental health and your anxiety. It definitely does. And for some people, I definitely think that they have depression, and I definitely think they have anxiety issues. They might not talk about it and they might not admit it, but I think a lot of it is stemming from the fact that they're trying to impress people that they don't like, and yet they're still around people they blatantly don't like. And I'm like, why are you around them? It's like watching a show you don't like. It's making you annoyed. It's not helping you. So why the hell are you still around there? So I think that's it. But great to meet up in London. Ade is over in the east, if I remember correctly. Yes, he is. He is over in the east. And I would be living in the east as well. That's where I would be. I'm just curious. We're at the last part of Q1 or Q2. There's a minute left in Q1. And Verstappen is in the pits. He ain't going back out. He's set. He's fine. He's safe. And I'll read that now in 2 secs. I just want to get the last couple of seconds of qualifying for the race, because it's going to be very, very fun and entertaining to just to see where the guys are on the grid. As Sainz and Leclerc, Sainz going to come across the line. He's going to set his time. Only 8 fastest. That's not. I wouldn't be holding my breath. You're going to get into Q3 with that. Gasly looks like he's on a good lap as well. Leclerc goes 3rd fastest. Of course, he's a good qualifier. Gasly setting some good times there. How is he looking on the sectors? He's just ahead, just up on the time he needs. It's going to be touch and go. Pierre Gasly is a good driver, very good driver. I like Pierre Gasly a lot. I like Pierre Gasly an awful lot. He needs to nail that sector. George Russell goes 2nd fastest. Fair play to him. Big up to him. A little bit twitchy. Lewis Hamilton sets a fastest middle sector. Pierre Gasly P10. Ooh, that's going to be touch and go. That's going to be touch and go. In fact, actually, he's out of queue. He's 11th. Zhou Guan Yu goes 10th fastest. Hamilton, is he beaten for? Yeah, Hamilton goes P1. Slightly ahead of Max Verstappen. But Verstappen doesn't need to set another time. Hamilton does, or did. Alex Albon next to qualify. Daniel Ricciardo, 4th fastest in an Alpha Tauri. That's insane. Alpha Tauri, 4th fastest, and that's been one of the slowest cars all year. Alex Albon puts himself in Q3 at the expense of Zhou Guan Yu, and I think all that's left is Alonso, who's 1.1 seconds off the pace. That's crazy. That's crazy how little pace that has, and Alonso aborts that lap. So, Ricciardo through Q3. Fair play. Big up to him. Big up to Daniel Ricciardo. Where were we? Oh, yeah, I was there. Any advice on starting boxing? I've boxed before, but that was 10 years ago. I'm 21 now. Not looking to do anything serious. Just want to have fun with it and get in better shape. They're doing, they're doing like a show. I don't know who that's singing, but they're doing a show now of singing. I would say, listen to your coach. I would say just have fun. If you're looking to have fun with it, don't take it too serious. Spar, listen to your coach, shadow box. Don't worry about looking good in the pads, because the pads are way grossly overrated. Absolutely grossly overrated. And just when you are sparring, just focus on not getting hit. That's the main thing when you're starting off. I was listening to Talksport live stream, but switched over as soon as I saw G-Man live. Big up to Daisy. Big up to Daisy every time. What I need to do real quick, because I am streaming on one of the phones here, which is now at less than 10%. At less than 10%. And thank you, Dave P, for the £2. Every little bit helps, man. I appreciate that greatly. But bear with us there 2 seconds. Yeah, sorry about that, people. I just had to swap it all over. Yeah. Do you think? I hope so. I really hope so. I'm praying. Who is this guy singing on stage? That's why they flipping one at 11 o'clock, isn't it? That we have all these live gigs. Brilliant. The joys, huh? I don't mind talking though. I don't mind going and reading through the chat and stuff like that for a while, but really, that's the one thing I will say, right? That's the one thing I will say that's been a bit of a letdown, is that we have to listen to, we have to watch the shows over here and stuff like that. Like, because it's like, do we really need to see all this? Do we really? Is it that flipping important? Can we not just get the fight? Because it's 15 minutes to go until the fight is on. I hope so. I hope it's going to be a good. I hope it's going to be a good fight. I hope it's soon. I hope they get these things out of the way as quick as they can, and then we have this fight pretty soon. That is what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping. But yeah, and by the way, still 362 in the building. If you haven't already, people, I'm just going to ask again, because why not? Smash the old like button. We're nearly at 300 likes. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe. Please hit subscribe, because I want to get to 300 likes. And also, we are only 45 subs away 45 subs away from 13,500. And that's the goal. We want to get to 13,500. They call that music. I can imagine it's absolutely garbage. Well, that was a great response to the anxiety and depression question, G-Man. It's from what I've seen. You can only go by what you've seen. Like, I've never experienced it, so I can't say what it feels like to be down. And some people, they really do get bad. I can't say that because I've never been in that position. I had moments where I've been down about things, yeah, but I know I wasn't depressed. It was just like you're down in the dumps because stuff's not going right. Fair enough. You get yourself out of it. But some people have it a lot worse. But when I see people who genuinely do have it, and I look and I'm like, you're around people who I would even say they're probably toxic. And I don't think that's helping you. You could say like, oh, well, I've known them my whole life. So what? They're not helping you. They're not helping you grow. They don't give a damn about you. Just move on. It's like that. I'm convinced that for a lot of people, they need to get out of the environment. If you're in an environment that made you sick, get out of it and don't go back. I know it's easier said than done, but you need to get out of it. We will, man. We'll have far more subs, man. We'll have far more subs. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're going to have far more subs soon enough. All that money, and this is the best they can come up with. I'm just glad that I do have it turned down. That, when the volume is down, right, that I'm not having to listen to it because it doesn't look it looks, yeah. Thank God I'm not listening to it. How many subs did you have at the start of the year? Nearly 10K, mate. So I didn't have 10K at the start of the year. I think it was the 1st of Feb was when I hit 10K. So we'll say 9,800 thereabouts. So we're nearly at 13.5. So we're nearly at what? Close to 4K in a year? That's not bad going. That's pretty good going. And we still have time to get to at the very least, we can get to 14 by Christmas. At the very least. And then we kill 20K next year. That's the goal now. To get 20K next year, kill two birds with one stone. We hit 15 and 20. But what else are we looking at here? This has been, the worst thing is, right? Every single fight on this undercard went real quick, just flew in. And now we're in a situation where it's like, oh my God, just make the main event start. We all want the main event. We all want the main event. That's what we all want. And we're waiting. Kinda. Not really. It's because I'm not always there, mate. That's why I can never get the full credentials. When I am there, I can get the full credentials. But for now, I still have to go by hey, will you give me credentials to this event? And then you fill out the form and you wait. And I have to email and ask for the form. There are channels with way less who, because they're there constantly, they just get the forms emailed to them by default. I have to go and ask for it, which is not the worst. And I understand why, because I'm not always there. And they will give the regulars the fights over, even someone like me who has, 13,000 more subscribers. It is the way it is. I get it. So look, it is what that is. Where do you live, Ziggy? You can get a takeaway in London 24/7. I'm pretty sure you can. I've never got a takeaway, as in like a fish and chip or anything like that in London. And I've never had that. I wouldn't be mad into that anyway, but living an hour from London. We're 10 minutes away. So they want 11. Are they still singing? Like, really? Oh, the joys. We're 10 minutes away, apparently, from the main event. I really wish that they could have. I really wish they could have just sped the whole event up. You get the 15 subs before you know it. Ade is on a mission to get you there. Yes. Well, he is. We're both on a mission to get there. I remember he was in around about 15,000 subs thereabouts when he me and him first started chatting. So I'm kind of where he is then. And yeah, man, it's been a crazy little journey. And look, we've still got plenty more to come. Plenty more to come. It's We're not even a fifth of the way through the journey yet. McGregor can do what he wants. I have no interest in his career. That's in a. I know, man. That's a real. And I wish it wasn't clashing with the Conlon card, because I might go to that card actually up in Belfast, and because they're both good cards. Copper Box is a great little venue. It is. Copper Box is a great little arena. I've never been in it, but I've walked past it several times, and it's bigger than it looks. You wouldn't think it's a big little complex. But yeah, that fight is going to be good. Sheamus versus Liam Williams. That's going to be real good. Who would you watch live if you could watch anyone? As in boxer from the past or present, or just in general? If I could watch any boxer past Mike Tyson, just for the excitement. If I could watch anyone now, for the atmosphere, probably Canelo. Just because I'd say it's in Mexico, of all places, I'd say it'd be a crazy atmosphere. I'd say it'd be a crazy boxer past Tyson, definitely. I'd love to watch Mike Tyson live. Taylor Swift live. You must really hate me if you want me to watch that live. Because I can't think of anything. I can't think of any worse torture than watching that. Yeah, watching her live. Take Sweet Caroline requests. They wouldn't even sing Sweet Caroline, I'd imagine, at that. They probably wouldn't even know what Sweet Caroline is. But I'm wondering, are they done? Because I'm still watching Q1. Oh, Leclerc on pole. Not literally, there's still 8 minutes to go. Hamilton and Russell doing their lap times. Russell fifth. Fifth fastest. Leclerc on pole by a tenth of Verstappen. Where's Hamilton go? He goes sixth. Interesting. I'd love to go to a fight in Vegas, man. I'd absolutely love it. So Leclerc on pole from Carlos Sainz, that looked unlikely at one stage. And Ricciardo, fourth fastest. Wow, he's only 2/10 off pole. What happened to Verstappen? Okay, up on the curb. That's not too worrying. Looks okay. Oh, did he go a bit? Didn't look too bad there. But he's complaining about something. When I boxers double check the front wing, yeah, he took a bit too much curb. I thought that, but it didn't offset the car, so it's fine. Oh my God, they are still performing. I just ain't stopping. Does current AJ beat Joe Joyce? I mean, Joe Joyce after that loss, it's going to take some coming back from. I probably favour AJ now at this point, yeah. Because losing like that, you put so much stock in having an iron chin that when the chin gets dented, that's going to take some coming back from. Some serious coming back from. I'm hoping that they're nearly done with all this, because I think we're nearly done. I think we're nearly ready for the fight, because there's like 5 minutes to 11, and this has been an agonizing wait. Like, it has been agonizing. I hope it goes ahead. It's oh my God, there's another singer. Right, yeah, I think it will still go ahead. Oh yeah, he's definitely past British level now. At least they stopped singing. No, they didn't. I know, yeah. 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 But we've got 5 minutes left in qualifying. So I'm going to get to watch the best of both. So I'm going to watch the qualifying and the boxing. Because for some reason they've decided to put a music show on. Which, yeah. Don't think any of us are massively keen on that. I know I ain't. But we want to sit. We'll watch the last 5 minutes of qualifying. These halftime shows are boring. Yeah, they're not great. And this is just, you just want to watch the, you just want to get to the fact that every single show or every single fight ended early. You're just watching that and you're like, just get the main event started, please. Please, just get the main event started. That's what we want. We want the main event. We're looking forward to seeing, oh yeah, there's the ring. Because they were doing, so the undercard was in a separate ring was in a separate venue to the main event. So the main event is in a completely different venue altogether. There's the ring. which is clean. That no fires have been in it. So that's where Fury and Ngannou are going to have their fight, which is 10 rounds. Let's see. Hopefully we get it done soon. The one good thing there is that it's not a big walkout, so I can't imagine. Yeah, the music is up. I'm not listening to it, but thank God I'm not listening to it. I can imagine. Jesus, I can only imagine. I'd say the music is absolutely horrendous. Undercard was in the car park. Yeah, so the undercard was in a separate building to where the main event is going to be. So that ring will have only had one fight. And bear in mind, there's 420 in the building, by the way. If you could, smash the like button, hit subscribe. We are commentating on the main event. We've already done our commentary for Adelaide versus Wadley. Now we're going to get to commentate on the main event, which I am looking forward to. Certainly, Ziggy says Ngannou will smoke Fury. I doubt that very much. But I'm nevertheless going to win. I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to enjoy and see what this is. Live in Leicestershire, grew up in Brixton, born in Ireland. There you go. Born in Ireland, lived in South London, now lives in the Midlands. Fury will come out the Monster Mash. Fury will come out to whatever he wants. Thank God, I think they're finally done. I think the music is finally... That was awful, yeah. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. That looked horrendous. Jesus Christ, it looked a joke of a thing. But on the plus side, at least I'll get the last run in qualifying of the race of the F1. So I'll get that. At least I'll get to see bits of qualifying before we do anything else. Must be getting old. This music is garbage. I can imagine, man. I wasn't even listening to it. I don't even have the commentary turned on, and I can just look at that and be like, that looks insane. Not good, not in a good way. Looks insanely poor. But I'm looking forward to these last runs. I really am. Looking forward to seeing who's on pole for the race. What's like the Eurovision. The Eurovision is garbage, man. It's been garbage for decades upon decades. Fury will come out in a clown costume. Zhang. Yeah, Zilly Zhang, I'd be picking him over Joshua, definitely. At this point, anyway. Not in their prime, right? But at this point, that was the opening ceremony. Yeah, it was an interesting watch. Not compelling viewing, to say the least, but it was an interesting watch. 442 in the building. Again, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, help your boy out. I would really appreciate that. And at the very least, smash the like button. 317 likes, look at that. So hit the old subscribe button if you haven't already. We're nearly, I want to get to 3,500 by the end of this stream. And we're getting there, man. We're 45 off. We're 45 off. So if you haven't already, hit the old like button, help your boy out. Hit subscribe. You know, we're doing the commentary for the main event as well. As I'm just going to briefly look and see just exactly how the qualifying is going. Sainz down in the first sector to Charles Leclerc, only down by 7/100ths of a second. Daniel Ricciardo 2/10 off in the first sector, but does a good personal best sector for him. Charles Leclerc slightly slower than his best. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of sector Verstappen does. It's going to be P5 at the very least for Oscar Piastri, or at the very most for Oscar Piastri. Not a good lap by his standards. 5/10 off, half a second. That's not good. Sainz looked a bit wobbly there under the curb. Yeah, he's down. He's not getting pole. He ain't getting pole in this race. 2/10 down. Ricciardo does a decent middle sector. He is a bit down to Leclerc, but not much down. Interesting. I'm dying to see Leclerc. I wanted the track getting slower, because every driver on their second run is slower. Sainz doesn't improve. Ricciardo, who's very impressive, I don't think he's going to improve. He doesn't improve. And nor will Charles Leclerc. I don't think he's going to improve. Verstappen sets a personal best middle sector, but he is still down on Charles Leclerc. Sergio Perez, 5th fastest, out-qualified by Daniel Ricciardo in an AlphaTauri. That's his seat gone. Now Max Verstappen. This is it pole? Is it pole? Is it pole? No! P3. He's behind the Ferraris. That was an unexpected pole. No one expected that. How are the Mercedes? The Mercedes tend to leave until the very end. Less than a tenth. Less than a tenth. Bad first sector from George Russell. He won't be on pole.
Hamilton down by 2/10 in the middle sector. Yeah, he's not going to get pole. Oh man, Verstappen P3, 2 Ferraris in front of him, and he's got Ricciardo in second. That's a bad look for Checo. At home, Russell doesn't improve, P7. Where's Hamilton go? It is P6. To be expected. To be expected. So, Mercedes were not looking amazing, but Leclerc on pole. That's crazy. From Sainz and Verstappen. Those Ferraris looked nowhere yesterday. So there's the F1. Watch along for an F1 incoming. Not literally. Not literally. But that was fun. I've often thought about doing that, like doing like a live, not on this channel obviously, but like doing a channel for F1 and doing like my own live watch alongs. Because that was good fun. That was good fun. I love the end of qualifying. I absolutely love watching the qualifying. But yeah, Verstappen P3. Surprised there now, I have to say. I'm surprised. 2 Ferraris on pole. Mate, he's in John Fury, right? He is in his element because he has those YouTube dweebs who are afraid of their own shadow, and he's able to intimidate them. And he is like a bull in the china shop when he's there. He's in his element because he feels like he can get away with anything. That's Perez done, I reckon. He got out-qualified by Daniel Ricciardo in a significantly slower car. That's him done. He's gone. Perez is gone. And you see, here's the thing, right? If next year it's closer, which I expect it will be, between like McLaren and Ferrari and everyone, they need a second car to help them with strategy. Verstappen can't do it all on his own. And if Perez isn't doing it, and Ricciardo is qualified, what, P4? In an Alpha Tauri. P4 in an Alpha Tauri. What the... Ricciardo is back, lads. I've always loved F1. Always. Always loved it. Always. So, and that's why I was a bit kind of like, I was like, oh, for God's sake, they're doing like the fight at the, and it's after 11 o'clock. We still don't have the main event. Like, what the hell's going on? Like, but I was like, they're doing the race at the same time as this, which was a pain. But it's after 11 p.m. now, and we still don't have the flipping race, or we still don't have the fight. You know, I just want to see this fight. I just want to see this fight, get it done, get the post-fight review done, then go to bed and sleep and find out exactly. Actually, I wouldn't put him anywhere near a top team. I wouldn't put him nowhere. He can qualify well, but he can't race well. I wouldn't put him nowhere near a top team. His problem is, right, one bad season can undermine 3 or 4 good seasons. So Perez is not a bad driver, but like the way he's been looking lately, no one's going to want to take a stab at him. They're not going to want to take a punt at Perez in their car, which is the sad reality. You know, he is still a decent driver, but he's no Ricciardo. Perez and Ricciardo, it's night and day. Ricciardo was a much better driver. And I would have him in the Red Bull next season, 100%. That's the reason why Nick de Vries got fired. It wasn't because his performances were very bad. The car was crap. But they were like, we need to see who Ricciardo's at because we want him in that car next season. I would have said yes until Sargent got his points. They'll keep Sargent in the car. I feel bad because Drugovich is a good racer. But they'll keep Ricciardo, or they'll keep Sargent in the car for one more season. At least one more season. They'll keep Drugovich in the car. He should be in the Aston Martin, not Lance Stroll. He really should. But it looks like they are showing the promo for Fury and Ngannou, and we can finally get this fight underway. At long last. When's the dumpster fire starting? I think it's starting now in a few minutes, thank God. It has been a long wait. It's got to be over. It's got to be 1 a.m. over there, isn't it? It's like, because they're, 2 or 3 hours ahead of us? About that. So it's got to be way late there. There's Cristiano Ronaldo. He's not Lionel Messi. And this is from a United fan. Messi is better. I think Gasly is better than Albon. Controversial, but I do think he's better than Alex Albon. And I think it's just way too soon. Way too soon. And Albon's a very good driver too. But I'd like to see both of them get another chance. But Ricciardo is better than all them. PewDiePie and True Geordie. True Geordie's got to win. He's way bigger than PewDiePie. Way bigger. You got to give True Geordie the edge on that one. 30 subs off, 13 and a half. That's what we want to see. We're nearly there, lads. We're this close to 13 and a half. Let's get there. I'd love to see Gasly after. He's better than Ocon. He's a much better racer than Ocon. 100%. He's way better. Will be peeved after tonight. He also wanted a rematch, but wants to move in a different direction. I would say be peeved with the stoppage, yeah, and I can understand why, but he was outboxed. Gasly and that'd be a great combination. I'd love to see Gasly and Leclerc Ferrari. Like Ocon has only ever beaten one teammate his whole career, and that was Alonso last season, who had so many DNFs. Like Ocon, think of it like that. In his whole career, he's only ever beaten one teammate by the skin of his teeth because he had so much unreliability. He is way overrated. He's so overrated. So overrated. There's about 1,000 people here seeing the York Hall more full. Well, they're in separate arenas. So they done in the car park, they done the undercard. Now they have the separate one here. Like, I am dying to go toilet as well. I have to sit here. I'm like, please get this flipping fight over. I really need to go toilet. I feel like Gasly is the perfect. I'd have him in the Ferrari. I would. I think Gasly is a great driver. Really good driver. And he's showing that this season. He's much better than Esteban Ocon. Much better. People say Ocon. Pierre's had loads of bad luck too. He's a much better driver as Pierre. Much better. Stick him in the Ferrari. Stick him in the top team. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. So Leclerc on pole. I want to just see the classifications again for that. I can't believe Ricciardo was P4. That's Ricciardo in the that's him with the Red Bull next season, I think, after that. P4 in the AlphaTauri, yeah, that's him in the Red Bull next season, I reckon. 100%. 100%. Daniel Ricciardo. Oh, lads, when are we going to get this Usek? They're showing Usek there now. But yeah, man, when are we going to get this fight announced? Please. When is it going to happen? And he out-qualified both McLarens. Yeah, he did. Oh, man, 15 minutes on the ESPN timer. What? Thought it was an 11 a.m. or 11 p.m. start. Mate, this has not been fun. I've enjoyed the back and forth and the chats and all, but like, you know, when you're in a flow, which we were in, and oh my God, it has just been a nightmare. I would give Perez and just see how he gets on. If he's not performing, bang, Liam Lawson back in. See, the problem is I've got 440 in the build and I don't want to leave. Tie-in boot with the piss bottle. Remember the old intro I used to have with that? It used to be funny as hell. Tie-in boot. He's back in November in a legit fight apparently as well. He's back in. F1 drivers can take a punch. You know, I wouldn't necessarily say that's for definite though, because some people, like, they do so much work on their neck and stuff like that, but yet they still can't take a punch. And you see some people who have no neck muscles at all, and they've a real skinny physique, they're like that, and they have a great chin. Where on the grid would you rate Norris as a driver? Top 5, definitely. Cars have been different with the thin air and windy tracks, low grips. Mercedes will have a good race car. They probably will, but starting 6 is not ideal. Ronaldo got booed, did he? James Hunt was a ledge, man. James Hunt is what you would call a proper man. Like, you can't. James Hunt and Lewis Hamilton side by side. One is a man, one is a boy. That's as simple as that. He was a legend, man. He was amazing. That's what you call a man, James Hunt. Absolute legend. And a good commentator too. A real good commentator. Rank your top 5 drivers. I'd probably go, what going to go Verstappen, Leclerc, Norris, Hamilton, and Sainz. That's literally in that order. I'll probably have Gasly number 6. But Hamilton has to be in it. Like, he'd have to be in it. He is good. Yeah, well, apparently they're going to use this season's car for the AlphaTauri next season. So they're going to have the RB19, basically. So I'd say that. Thoughts on a prime Irvine? Irvine was never as good as he says he was. Irvine was just meh. He was always in the right place at the right time, but Irvine wasn't that good. And he's a complete you-know-what, Eddie Irvine. Don't like him. Yeah, James Hunt. If you ever watched the movie Rush, it's amazing. Is it James Hemsworth or Chris Hemsworth? Does a good portrayal of him, to be fair. Chris Hemsworth does a great job of him. Favourite driver? Michael Schumacher, by a country mile. There's not even anyone close. Michael Schumacher every single day. He'll always be that answer. He'll always be that answer. Lads, how much longer do we need to... So they said the ring walk would be 11 o'clock UK time. It is now 11:15, nearly. And we still ain't got nothing. This is a long-ass time. Oh, yeah, and they'll probably do the anthems as well. Bear that in mind. They'll probably do the anthems as well. So we got a long way to go. Yeah, we got a long way to go. But look, hopefully this is coming quick. Hopefully we are nearly there. It's taken me out of the flow of things because I was in a good flow, like watching the Adelaide Wadley fight and everything was kind of going well. And now it's kind of like knocked everything out of a flow. Like you were in a good flow and now it's like, boom, you're just out of that flow completely. 10,000 viewers True Geordie has in his. Imagine that. 10,000 viewers at one point in a live chat. That's crazy. Oh no, putting Lewis Hamilton as low as fourth suggests your F1 game isn't quite as good as your boxing knowledge. I would put him there. I've watched F1 since I was a kid, and I'm telling you now, he's a good driver, but right now, I would have Leclerc and Norris ahead of him. And Verstappen, obviously, but that's just easy work. I'm looking forward to actually the Foster fight, the Foster Hernandez fight. That's going to be a good fight. That's going to be a very good fight. I'm looking forward to watching that in the morning. At least we can sleep an hour tonight, G-Man. Make up for this. Wait, man. It's not been easy. I don't understand the delay. Like, what's like, we had to listen to, well, I didn't have to listen to it, but we had to sit through that song thing, that like Eurovision thing. And then we're waiting. Now it's 15 minutes. Like, the last fight ended basically ended an hour ago, over an hour ago. And we've had nothing since then. So for the last hour, it's just been waiting. That's pretty bad. Especially the people who are paying for it. That's pretty bad to be just sat around waiting for an hour. That for me is just like not good enough. You put all the heavyweights on the undercard, you're going to expect that they're all going to end pretty early, which they have. And now we're in this situation where we're all sat here waiting for this fight to start. And it has been not this last hour has not been the easiest because you're trying to, Leclerc's pole to win ratio isn't great. You're trying to get this done. It's been fun though. Like, it's been a fun live. We've enjoyed this. We'll probably do a quick live tomorrow as well. They're interviewing Amir Khan now on TNT. But yeah, it's been a fun little live, and they've been fun fights to watch so far. Who does Wadley fight next if it's not Clark? They might look to match him against some fringe. Put him in there against Jermaine Franklin, see how that goes. I don't think he'd stop Franklin, but put him in there against Jermaine Franklin, see how he gets on there. I think you can move him up now because he's held together very well on this stage. Very well. Very, very well. And again, we are going to be waiting a long ass time for this because you got to remember, by the time they get the ring walks done, then they do the anthems, we're looking at another, 20, 25 minutes at least before we get this presented on the DAZN feed. Yeah, I know he's out there doing it for them. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Like, I'd love to be doing that. Be amazing to be out there. I'd just love to be out there in general. Francis Ngannou, former UFC heavyweight. Shout out to Prop Boxing. Big up to you, man. Hope you keep him well, man. How are you, man? Shout out to you every time. I'd put him in with Dave Allen next. That's who I'd put most of the helmet in there with. Nathan Gorman or Dave Allen. I'd say he's ready for either of those guys. I would say he's ready for either of those guys. Just put him in there with Dave Allen or Nathan Gorman next. For me, that's what I'd be doing. I'd put him in there with either of them next. I wonder, is there any like people on Twitter going off about this? Because this is crazy. Like, they literally said it was going to be 11 o'clock ring time. It's past 11 now, and everyone is just like, get this fight, please, over with. We are sick to death waiting. It is taking ages for this fight to come out. He definitely is, man. I don't understand why people, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Oh, man. We're sitting around like ghosts here waiting for this. Shalom was with Parker, yeah. Now I'm just trying to read as much as I can on this to try and get any indication as to when we might get a ring walk or something close to it. Because this has been a hellacious wait. Oh, it's not been fun. This is absolutely horrendous. Yeah, man, it's BS. Like, the last fight ended an hour ago. An hour ago, the last fight ended, right? And since then, nothing has happened. We've had to look at some of this, and it's just, man, 15 minutes is my guess. I hope so, man. It's not fun, man. The ESPN timer said 15 minutes ago. It's mental. They have to keep resetting the timer. They literally said 15 minutes ago. If you don't want to fall asleep waiting, we will all fall asleep watching. It better be an absolute barn burner of a fight after making us all wait this long. Because they were literally wrapping his hands over an hour ago. They said 50 minutes an hour ago. Yeah, this is happening a lot more lately. I've noticed in the last year, 2 years, they've been absolutely awful. Not just Fury, in general. They've been awful for these cards. Making them go as long, literally, the fight, the co-main ends, and you're waiting nearly an hour. You're like, just get the flipping main event over with. People have, especially in the UK, when there's people who are getting, the last train home and stuff like that. And it's like, why just let the fight happen, for F's sake? Just go and get it done. This is a lot of wait for a one-sided fight. Yeah, they are really making them wait long for this. But hopefully, for God's sake, please, they'll just do it. Oh, in the next 15 minutes, because I'm getting tired. All right, looks like we're getting some movements. They're showing the tail of the tape. I love the way they're showing Ngannou's record as the MMA record rather than his pro record, because it would say 0-0. But yet they're showing his MMA record and they're saying 94 KO% in MMA. You the man. Hope you can come on the podcast with John and Kaya, bro. Although I might be a corpse by the time the fight starts. I'd love to, man. I'd love to, reach out to me on Twitter, something like that, man. Send me it out. I'd love to come on sometime. I'd be happy to do that, man. And big up to John and Kaya every time. But yeah, man, it's not been the easiest wait, hasn't it? Not. It's been it ain't been fun. It's been a long ass wait. But yeah, just DM me on Twitter or something, man. And look, we'll sort something out, man. I'd be happy to do it. I'd be happy to do that. No problem at all. Anytime. I hope Fury chins him in one round. This thing has gone on too long. Yeah, it is. Okay, so Fury looks like he's getting ready for his ring walk. Isaac Lowe is there. Of course he is. Isaac Lowe. The man who can't even spell his own name. I remember once he was talking about Prince Patel and he was writing offer, right? O-F-F-E-R, right? Offer. And he kept writing office instead. It's like, mate, spell check is there. It even flipping knows when the sentence is wrong. And you're still getting it wrong. So here we go. Here we go. Has 2023 surpassed your expectation boxing wise? It's been okay. It's been better than last year. It's been a lot better than last year. I would say I didn't have high expectations coming in. I thought it would be better than last year. It was. So they're kind of the expectations I have, truth be told. 460 in the building. Lads, gonna ask again. Just gonna ask. If you haven't already, hit the like button. And if you haven't, we're doing the commentary for the main event. Hit subscribe. We're literally 30 off hitting 100 in this, right? Please hit subscribe, smash the like button, all that good stuff. If you like what you're listening to, is it my most viewed? No, I think Eubank Smith was. That got like 800 people in at one point. Did crazy numbers. But I just wanted, I'm dying to hear if we get the announcement for Fury Usyk. That's what I want to see. I'm hoping we get that. I am. I'm really hoping we get the announcement for Fury Usyk. Sweet Caroline in Saudi Arabia. They're not doing. Yeah, they are. Apparently, they are doing Sweet Caroline. Hang on a minute. Are they? Sounds like it. Yeah. Sounds like it in the background. Addy said he can't remember a better year in boxing. 2017 was a better year. 2017 was a much better year. Much, much better year. Because that literally had a big fight every single month. There wasn't one month where there wasn't a big fight. 2017 was a massive year. Massive year for boxing. You know, you had Canelo Golovkin, Mayweather McGregor. I know, but you did have it. You also had Joshua versus Klitschko. You had Loma versus Rigondeaux. Who else did you have? You had a few, man, but you had loads. You had Frampton versus Santa Cruz 2. You had loads of Canelo versus Chavez. You had Jacobs versus Golovkin. There was loads happening that year. Loads happened. Billy Joe versus Lemieux. That was a better year. 2017 was a flipping incredible year for boxing. It was actually insane. David Hay Bellew, there you go. There's another one. It was insane how good it was. It was way better than this year. This year was good. Get me wrong. But 2017 is, for me, that's the gold standard for boxing. That year was almost perfect. It was flipping amazing. Michael Buffer is in the ring. Thank God. These ring walks, it's not a long entrance, but they're going to do the bloody anthems. I don't like the anthems in boxing. It doesn't work. It doesn't fit. The fans don't like it. I wish they'd get rid of them. They used to do them, I think, at the very, very start of the show. They should just do that. I don't like the anthems. And I know majority of others don't like them. I don't think, it just doesn't work. Just get into the fight. But Buffer is in the ring. Oh, no. Okay. I thought they were going to do another big show thing. Michael Buffer is awful compared to Bruce. Buffer is been doing it long. He's associated so much with it. But yeah, the anthems are just... Ugh. And they're going to play I don't think that they play the host nation's anthems. Or is it just the fighters' anthems? I don't remember. I know most of the anthems you hear in the UK, they tend to have UK fighters. So you're hearing the UK anthem a lot. Yeah, it just doesn't work. I don't understand. It's only a recently new thing they've started doing with the anthems. And I don't understand why they've even brought it in the first place. Again, it's a recently new thing that they've done. I don't get it. I would prefer Diamante personally. I like David Diamante. I've met Diamante. He's nice guy. I think Diamante is better. Buffer is good. He is. He's always been good. But I think now it's kind of like to pass the torch over. Diamante is the guy. He's the guy. Best year? Yeah, it's probably the best year since 2020. All right, I'll give you that. I'm off this. Yeah. This is Ngannou's entrance. Looking forward to seeing what kind of entrance he does, to be fair. But let's just get the entrances in. It's not a long ring walk, thank God. So it shouldn't be a big, long, you know what, like Fury and Wembley. That was a long entrance. This shouldn't be too long because there's not much to walk. So I'd say it's going to be reasonably quickly. Oh my God, I'm getting cramps now. I've been sitting here that long. Damn, aren't they half a man? Cut the anthems to one verse at the very least. Yeah. I just cut them in general. They don't work. They don't fit with the show. I would just get rid of the anthems just in general. I don't enjoy them. I know the majority of others watching don't particularly enjoy them. I would just get rid of the anthems just in general. Just leave them. No one seems to give a you know what. They don't really tend to care. Just get rid of the anthems because, just, again, no one seems to really want to listen to them. Like I sure as hell don't. I couldn't care. So Ngannou getting ready to make his way to the ring. Looks like he's got a crown on his head. Okay. Fair enough. Take his sweet time. Not like we've all been sitting here for the last hour waiting. Big bright light there. Holy God. All right. Michael Buffer getting ready to call. Francis Ngannou, 1 hour about speech about the development of boxing. No one is as bad as Brandon. You know what I mean by that? No one is as bad as him. I've heard boos when the anthems. Yeah, people don't like them. I just, they should just leave them out. There's no need for them, and they've only recently been brought in. Like it's just no, leave it out, man. We don't need that. When Ortiz was a teenager, he was. Michael Buffer has been around a long time, man. He's been around the block. He makes more money for doing that announcement than some of the fighters do. But please, let's get this party started. Isn't that what? Yeah, Buffer says that. Let's get this party started. Let's get it started, please. Let's get Ngannou to the ring and then get Fury to the ring. Because this has been going on a long time. So Francis Ngannou, he looks in good shape, to be fair. To be fair, he looks in pretty good shapes. Some professional debut. He's using the Leon gloves. Takam uses them. I think they're French glove. I think they're French. Francis Ngannou against Tyson Fury. And all we want, Gymshark are pretty good as well. That's a good place to get some equipment and stuff like that. They do good tracksuits and stuff like that, does Gymshark. I think they're based in London somewhere. McGregor there with Rio Ferdinand. All right. Let's see. Francis Ngannou with Mike Tyson there. Nice slow ring walk. Thank you for that. Oh, and they're going the long way around. Lovely. But let's just hope that Fury's ring walk is not as long because it's 11:30 now. You know, all right. If there's one thing they should do away with, it's stop telling us it's going to be at this time and then it happened way after. Because if I'd known it would have been this long, I would have went live closer to 10 rather than this, because you're sitting in a real uncomfy position for the rest of the time. And it's like, 'cause there's a stand right in front of me, so I can't fully stretch. So 2.5 hours of this. It's been fun though. I've managed to keep the conversation going for 2.5 hours. That takes some doing. That takes a lot of doing. Ain't easy. Michael Buffer's plastic skin must be melted. Jesus Christ, man. Man. So some pro debut. To be fair, there's Vince McMahon looking on. Because he's heavily linked with the Saudis as well, isn't he? And it's weird seeing Vince McMahon at something other than the WWE event. Because he is literally, that's his bread and butter. But he, as I said, he is heavily linked with the Saudis. But he's there. I seen him there with The Undertaker earlier. So, man, you've got literally everyone. You've got people from football, UFC, boxing, singers. Everyone is at this. Like, it is Louis Pabon is the referee. Louis Pabon must only referee in Saudi Arabia because he did the Usyk Joshua fight. I think he's done another fight there as well. Luis Pabon must be he must only referee in Saudi Arabia and then never have to referee anywhere else, because the amount he's probably getting paid for that is insane. Oh man, if they end that fight in the first round after all this carry on, man, I'll be like, why couldn't you have just done that a flipping hour ago? Vince McMahon is in his like late 70s and he's still jacked. That guy is, I think of the amount of like scandals in the WWE that he's known damn well have gone on, probably been a part of. Man, Vince McMahon is a vocal zone for you, mate. 2 hours talking. It's been, yeah, look, it's been fun. I've done it. I've done 3 hour streams before. Hopefully in the next half hour we'll be done. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Like, I enjoy these and all that stuff, but it gets tiring after a while, man. Like, I would say 2 hours is kind of like the limit. After that, it gets tiring. And people, 500 in the building. As I always say, smash the like button if you haven't. We'll try and get it to 400 likes. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe. Giving you the free commentary. Free commentary, lads. Free commentary. And all I'm asking for is hit the subscribe button. And hit the old like button. As Tyson Fury gets ready to do his ring walk. Which, hopefully, he does a nice, quick ring walk. No effing around. And we get this fight. Boom. It's done. There we go. That's what we're all hoping for. Will we get that? Unlikely, but you never know. Boxing Voices at 4 hours. Yeah, I think Wave started like 7. So he's got to be going about 4 hours as well. So I don't know if I wouldn't be able for that. Yeah, Jimmy Snuka and Nancy Argentino. Yeah, we all know about that. We all know about that. And if you don't, look it up. It's got to be 2 a.m. there. Yeah, it's 1:30 over there in the morning. So it's 11:30 here. It's 1:30 in the morning there. And they told us that this would be like 11 o'clock start time, which is a complete lie, obviously, because we're a half hour over that. And we've had the last hour waiting for this fight to kick off. It's been a nightmare of a wait. Oh my God, man, it's not been fun. There you go, man. Here's a little something for your time, G, man. I appreciate that, man. £2, I'll take it, man. Up to £4 for tonight. Now, look, I'll take it. Every little bit helps, man. Every little bit helps, man. Boost the revenue for the month, man. I'll take it. Hell, £4. All right, he looks to be moving quick. Thank God. Fury is running around in a circle. Lovely. Not moving quick to the ring, but running around in a circle. Fantastic. Get to the ring, please, and let's get this fight over. Hopefully, he just ends it quick. I suspect he probably will. It's 9:30 in Australia, but my God, dragging it out like this is ridiculous. Not doing himself any favors. Honestly, like that's just going to peeve more people off. The fact that they drag it out so much. That's, as I said, it's just going to peeve more people off than it's going to do anything else. Because a lot of people are like, here, we are waiting around for nothing to happen. And yeah, as I said, just get it over with. And I say that to all promoters. Eddie Hearn should do that as well, because he's done that a few times where he's made an event go on way longer than it needs to do because he wants to stick to it. Just never mind your times, just get it done. That I have walked out of. The first pay-per-view you've walked out of, man. Man, I'm not gonna lie, I was tempted to end this early because I was getting proper tired. I was like, just please. I'm throwing it in too. You're a trooper. If he carries Francis, then we're all screwed. Mate, that I'm hitting 3 hours. I'm hitting the 3 hour live stream then if we do. But look, we've done good. We've got some good subs. We've got a few new subs, so we're all happy. As Fury makes his way to the ring. We've got 523 in the building. So if you haven't already, hit the like button. Hit subscribe. As I say, when we get good numbers, you got to ask these questions, man. We're 10 likes off 400 likes. So if you could, hit the old like button. And again, I'm giving the commentary on this fight, so I'll be doing the commentary. So if you haven't already, hit subscribe. We are going to commentate on this fight. It's going to be good fun. We're looking forward to it. And again, I appreciate the £5 super chat. Appreciate that, man. It's up to £10 for the night. That's in the London Fund. That's what we're doing. We're doing a banging job. That's actually giving me a new lease of life now, knowing that they're in the ring. Make sure you subscribe for sure. The best live commentary Boom. That's actually, now is he doing the anthems? Wait and see. Is he? Oh yeah, so we're getting the anthems. Okay, so once we get the anthems out of the way, then we're done. Then we're good. 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 Hopefully not too long. Hopefully they're not too long. And I don't know about the Saudis' national anthem. Is it long or is it short? Some anthems are really long. Others are really short. Others are real short. They'll play God Save the King. They'll play the Cameroon national anthem, and then we're done. Then we're into the fight. God Save the King is not a long anthem. Thank God. So they'll do that, and then we will get we'll get the Cameroon one first, which I don't know. But I know God Save the King is not long. Is Ngannou in the ring? He certainly is. They're all in the ring. They're playing the Saudi national. Don't know what happened there. Anyway, they're playing the Saudi national anthem. Love your work. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate the £5, man. I really do, man. That's it. We've recouped it nearly. They're playing the Cameroon national anthem now, by the way. So we're doing well, man. We're doing well. I don't know what happened. I don't know why it booted me, but I swapped iPhones, so this one is a bit dodgier. But yeah, man, I appreciate that, man. I really do. I absolutely appreciate all that. So much obliged. Much obliged. I just want to go home safely to my wife and kids. Cooks. Now there's a lie if ever I heard one. I was saying, can you be by the dawn's daylight? Well, they played them pretty quick. So the Cameroon one is done. Now they're going to play the UK one. And then we're into the fight, man. I'm pretty sure it's the UK. Yeah, they're playing the UK's one. So we're nearly there, lads. Once we get this out of the way, it's done. We're into the fight. And it's going to be a case of whenever Fury wants it. Thank you, Mr. Will Guitar G-Man. Legend, as we all know. Man, you're the one saying, man, I had to make myself a legend, didn't I, man? You guys helped big time. You guys helped big time. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. There you go, man. In the space of, a couple of minutes, we went from having £2 to having, nearly 20 quid? Boom. You can't argue with that, man. That's good going. That's good going. I'm happy with that, man. Hey, G-Man, do you reckon Tsunoda will join Alonso at Aston Martin? Honda have a tendency to do that. They always like a Japanese driver in their car. Tsunoda is just okay. That's the type of driver he is. He's just okay. I wouldn't put him in the Aston Martin. I wouldn't. He's just okay. Pierre and Alex Albon are better. Definitely. Thank you, my man, for the super sticker. No comment, but it doesn't need it. There we go. Look at that. That's how you do it, man. Because this month's ad revenue was on course to be real good. And Adam, the dude with the 10 quid, mate, I appreciate it. You guys are making it rain tonight. You know, making it rain tonight. I appreciate it all, man. I appreciate it all. Love the channel. Thanks for treating us to the live. Man, it's honestly, it's nothing. It's fun. I do enjoy it, man. I enjoy it all, man. It's been hard, though. This one has been a hard one. This one was not the easiest. It's easy now because they're in the ring. It gives you a bit of a new lease of life. But yeah, it's been a hard one. When there's nothing happening and you're kind of... See, it's different when you're talking about something specific and right, we're doing 45 minutes. But when it's like there's nothing happening, you're trying to kill the time and you're like, please get this fight over with and get it on. It gets tough. It gets tough. And this one was... The wait for this fight was tough. But we're nearly there. We're nearly there. So I've been dying to do a pee for the last, hour? But we'll get through it. We'll get through it. The 3 judges, one from Mexico, one from Canada, and one from America. Love your commentary. Thank you, Dara. I appreciate that. For the $2. You in America, are you? I would assume. Michael Griffin. I thought that was... Well, Michael Griffin is a good referee. I thought that was Luis Pabon in the ring because it looked like Luis Pabon from one side. Michael Griffin is a Canadian referee. And he normally does a good job, to be fair. Great channel, pal. Thank you, my man. Thank you, Black Templar. I appreciate that. Michael Griffin was the referee in the Joshua Ruiz fight. Michael Griffin was that referee. He also, who else did he referee? He refereed some high-profile fights. Michael Griffin. He's a good referee. He's a good referee. Who else did he referee? God almighty, I can't remember. But he's a good referee, is Michael Griffin. A very good referee. Very fair. Adam Walker, thank you for the £6. I appreciate that. £6. Look at that. £6. You know, everyone doing the five. No. He's going to come with the $5.99 for the £6. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I really do. Jack Reese is another referee who's very good. Francis Ngannou, professional debut, orthodox, 37 years old. You know, that's 37 years old making your debut, even if you've primarily done MMA. It's still old for flipping a boxer. It's not young. But he makes his professional debut. It's going to be interesting to see if any technique he has, which I doubt is probably going to be any good. 550 in the building, lads. 550 in the building. And we just got past 400 likes, so thank you. If you haven't already, we're going to be commentating on this fight. If you haven't already, hit the like button and hit subscribe, right? We are trying to build, we want to build this channel up. We hit subscribe. If you haven't already, if you like the commentary, you like the content, just hit and subscribe. It's free. It doesn't cost anything, man. Thank you for your patience and keeping the chat going. Man, thank you for the £2. I would assume that's Australian dollars. Thank you so much. I appreciate that greatly, man. I really, truly do. Honestly, I really appreciate that. I do. We're here, man. We're here. We're ready. The fight is, and I'm obviously right, so I'm going to be commentating on this. So, I'm going to commentate on this. So, as soon as this fight goes, right? As soon as this fight goes, I'm going to say it started, okay? I'm going to say it started, okay? So, both guys getting their final instructions from referee Michael Griffin. How many subs until you can pack your job in? I reckon 20k, there or thereabouts, we'd need. So, we'll probably need another 7,000 or 8,000 subs. I reckon that's how much we'd need. And it's more views, to be honest with you, mate. If I was doing, say, 250,000 views a month, I reckon we could probably do this full time. 300,000 views, 250,000 views. I reckon we'd be good to go at that point. So both guys have their final instructions. Let's go. Let's go. Alexander Usyk at ringside, behind Cristiano Ronaldo. Here we go. Round one underway. Fury straight away with the right hand. Very seldom you see Fury come out swinging like that, but come straight away with the right hand. He's not looking to go overtime. He's probably not looking to carry this guy either. Straight away with the right hand in there. Francis Ngannou sees it, jab to the body, and trying to, right hand goes in again from Tyson Fury. He's going in there looking to just end this early, I reckon. He's looking to end this early. He needs to. If he carries this guy 10 rounds, and God forbid he gets an injury or something like that, with Alexander Usyk there waiting, Francis Ngannou, swing and a miss from Ngannou. You see, Ngannou needs to just go for broke. He's going to need to do that, because I can already tell, look at the way his shoulders are. Boxing is not his game. If he tries to box with this guy straight away, you can tell that he's got long arms. I'll give him that. So the reach is not as bad, but boxing is not his game. He needs to just go for broke and just start swinging and see what happens. Because you're trying to outbox Tyson Fury, and they're in a clinch and they ain't letting go. If you're in a clinch here, right? If you're trying to outbox the better boxer, it just ain't going to work. You need to rely on being unorthodox. You need to rely on confusing the guy. Yeah, he's better than you. So just don't try and beat him at his own game. Try and do something different. And Fury just, again, keeping it at range, looking to set up his right hand. When he's at range and he's just probing with that jab, because he moves so well and he has such a long reach, 85-inch reach, it's an insane reach. Makes it very difficult for fighters to be able to land a glove or do anything on him. And when fighters are just trying to box with someone who has that kind of reach, they're always going to fall short and nothing is really going to come of it. But Francis Ngannou, he's standing there, he's looking to land, Mrs. Fury with a left hook there. His best bet is to go in and just start throwing haymakers. See what happens. No one's expecting you to win, so just go in there, leave it all in the ring, and just see what happens. No one's expecting much. Fury is looking heavy in there. Aesthetically, not looking as good as we've seen him in the past. I think that is fair to say. How much of a hindrance will that be on Tyson Fury late on if this fight does end up going late? Because Ngannou looks in good shape. He looks in very good shape. Fury, on the other hand, looks like there's still a bit of timber to come off there. Body shot goes in from Ngannou. Fury just laughs. Smart from Ngannou to even go to the body. Most of the time, because with MMA, you very seldom see it. They wouldn't normally tend to do, right hand goes in from Tyson Fury. Ngannou takes that well, though. And then looks to be just coming back on his feet. Not a problem. Interesting. Fury not a noted puncher. Ngannou misses Fury with a right hand there. Not a noted devastating puncher, but he hits hard enough. And Ngannou, being hit by a big heavyweight like Fury in 10-ounce gloves, who knows how to punch properly, very different to being hit in the octagon. I'll put it like that. But a good first round for Tyson Fury. He came out swinging, but not much has happened since then now, I have to say. It's just been kind of Fury having a look at Francis Ngannou, Ngannou trying to land his shots. He lasts longer than many people thought he would. This is a 10-rounder, non-title, so if Ngannou wins, Fury remains WBC heavyweight champion of the world. If he loses, I mean, he can still have the Usyk fight, but losing to a Francis Ngannou, as if Usyk needed any more motivation or any more confidence, he will definitely have it. Fury protecting his organs with the love handles. There we go. Protecting his organs with the love handles. That's a good one. I'll give you that one. I will give you that one, my friend. But that was the round one. I'm surprised. You don't normally see Fury come out as aggressive as that. I guess he was really thinking, right, let's see. He landed the better shots. He was able to clip Francis Ngannou on the chin with a right hand. It will go on their pro records. Yes. Landed a right hand. Ngannou took it pretty well, but there wasn't anything major landed in that first round. So round two is underway. Here we go, round two. Now, Fury ran out in the first round, threw a right hand straight away. But Ngannou is the guy who lands the first shot in this round, lands a jab to Fury's body. I wonder is Fury having some issues there, given the fact that Ngannou can match him for reach. He still has the longer reach slightly, but reach and arm length are very different. And Ngannou is actually able to compete, believe it or not, with Fury at range because he has some massively long levers. Really does. But again, his technique, nowhere near on the same level as a Tyson Fury, but he does land a body shot there and a little hook to Tyson Fury's body. Fury just moving around the ring and Ngannou chasing him. Being a little bit more aggressive than I actually was expecting at this stage of the fight. I thought that Ngannou would need to be aggressive, would need to throw some shots, but he'd probably just wait and see for the first round or two. But no, he's trying to let some shots go here. Fury just using his jab just to keep Ngannou off, but Ngannou lands a little left hook there. I wonder will Usyk be looking at this and thinking, if Ngannou is able to do this, obviously he's not the same dimensions, but if he's able to do this, with my footwork, I could get in and I can land 1, 2, 3, 4, get out. Because Fury on his feet, I've seen him look quicker. I have. Now, he does have to spring in his step, to be fair, and there's those little synchronicities he does there. So, when you watch Tyson Fury in the ring, when he's probing as he switch hits there, he'd be probing with that jab. He tends to do that. So you see, like, he's holding the jab, he's like that, and then little tip to his head when he looks to launch an attack. That's something opponents need to notice about Fury. Ngannou walked into a shot there, stiffened the legs a little bit. Fury again just using the jab. Ngannou jabs to Fury's body. Fury looking for an open there, lands a right hand, but it just kind of grazes upon the side of Francis Ngannou's head. There is bounce in Fury's steps, but his feet do look a little bit more. They don't look as fast as they normally do. I suspect that's down to the fact that he is carrying excess weight. He has weighed in the 270s before, but he's looked aesthetically better in those weights. In this one, he does look fleshy. Thank you to Daz for the contribution. Have this for London. I appreciate that. Oh, don't worry, man. The money is, whatever I make is going towards the London fund. Have no mistake about that. But Fury, if I'm Alexander Usyk looking at this, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I could have some success in here. Well, if he knows he can have success, but if this is who I'm facing in 2 months' time on December 23rd, I've got this. Because for the first 2 rounds, yeah, Fury's winning them, but Ngannou is there with him. And again, Fury just goes and just holds. Ngannou so far is doing a bit better than Chisora was doing early on in their fight last year. This might actually, it's a strange watch. Ngannou's not winning, but he's there. He's there with Tyson Fury. It's an interesting watch so far. It really is. How are you guys seeing it? You'd have to have Fury ahead, but how are we seeing it after 2 rounds? Not, can honestly say, not particularly impressed with what I've seen so far. Fury, I wonder, would he just step on the gas? Is he doing this deliberately, or is he just really struggling to read what Ngannou was doing? He is landing the better shots, as you see there, but he got caught himself with a left hook by Ngannou. You know, that's a mistake that you would expect maybe a rookie or someone to make, but not Tyson Fury. Ngannou poor with the uppercut there. He nearly uppercutted himself on the inside. Again, MMA fighters, inside fighting would not really be something that's taught to them massively. It just wouldn't. You know, you go and try and do inside close-up fighting, you're going to get taken down or kicked. So it's not something that's primarily taught to them. So his inside game wouldn't be that good. But Fury's inside game is nothing amazing, certainly not, as we get ready for round number 3, which is underway right now. Fury and Ngannou, round number 3. Who thought we would get this far? There was a lot of people who were speculating that this fight wouldn't even last a round. I said Fury is under pressure to perform. Not even my prediction. My prediction was always going to be that he'd win, but that he was under pressure to perform. That is what I said. And based upon what I've seen here so far, I'm not seeing a particularly devastating or amazing performance by Fury. He gets caught with a jab there from Francis Ngannou. I'm not seeing an amazing performance here. If Usyk's last performance made Fury want to take this fight, well, based upon this performance so far, Usyk is going to be looking and thinking, yes, yes. Oh, left hook goes in from Ngannou. Fury wants to be careful. He does. At the end of the day, a world champion boxer should not be, having any issues with a guy who primarily is an MMA guy. He might have been a striker, but there's a world of difference between the two. And jab goes in from Ngannou again. He's being game here. He's actually being game, from what I've seen. If Ngannou went at a low level, like say domestic level, I wouldn't say he'd be beaten. I wouldn't pick him over Fabio Wadley, but he wouldn't be out of his depth at the same time, judging by some of the stuff I'm seeing here. Is it a case of Fury carrying him? It doesn't look like he is. I would not say this is. It's been an interesting watch, not in a good way, if you're a Fury fan. And again, I'm not saying that Fury is shot or anything like that. I don't think he's trained properly for this fight, judging by the aesthetical shape that he's in and the weight. And I think that is the reason why he's looking a bit lackluster. His timing seems a bit off. His feet seem a bit slow. And I think all those are contributing to why this fight is looking more competitive than it is. He gets caught with a short right hand on the inside there, as Tyson Fury. Again, mistakes that you wouldn't expect someone like him to make. He needs to be way more switched on against Alexander Usyk, because Usyk will be lighting Fury up with combinations. He won't be able to miss with combinations up close if this is the Fury that turns up against Alexander Usyk. Get yourself to the big smoke, G. Top commentary, pal. Keep it up. Thank you so much, my friend. What the? That's not a knockdown, is it? Legit? Knockdown? Is he getting counted? He's getting counted. Oh my, holy shit. Fury gets counted by... What's going on here? What? Okay. If that's a 10-8 round, and that evens the playing field, because Fury takes a count by Francis Ngannou. Fury takes a count by Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou drops Tyson Fury. And only I wasn't reading that super chat. Thank you nevertheless for it. I would have absolutely lost my absolute you-know-what there, because what on earth was that? Let's have a look at this replay. Tyson Fury. Who would have thought this? Man down. Tyson Fury dropped in round number 3. Let's have a look. Fury with the jab. Yeah, legit knockdown. Holy... I can't swear, but left hook lands. Fury goes down. Who's seen that coming? That was not part of the script. Fury dropped in the third round by Francis Ngannou. Holy mother of you know what. That was, I only wish I'd seen it live because no, I was reading the super chat there, but oh my good Lord. That is insane. Fury dropped by and Alexander Usyk just looking on. Alexander Usyk looking on. Oh my God. Oh my days, lads. What is going on here? Round number 4. Fury's going to want to step on the gas now because he's already, this fight is a draw on the right hand goes in from Francis Ngannou. Fury's going to want to step on the gas. He's been dropped. This fight is now officially a draw on my scorecard. It should not be a draw on anyone's scorecard. It should be Fury probably having a shower right now. This has sparked new lease of life into this fight. I suspect the reach of Ngannou and the awkwardness of the shot, good jab to the body from Ngannou as well, is having a big impact on Fury because he's getting hit with shots I suspect that he's not seeing coming because Ngannou was awkward and he's got a very long reach. And Fury down in round number 3. Incredible, really, that he's down in round number 3. I don't think anyone expected this. Fury down in the 3rd round. Madness. And he's not really doing much here in the 4th round either. Both guys' heads almost come together there. That was very close. Will Fury even go ahead with the Alexander Usyk fight in December now after this? He's been dropped by Francis Ngannou. Let that sink in. Tyson Fury in a clinch with Francis Ngannou, who was dropped in round number 3. Unbelievable. Was he hurt? I think more embarrassed than hurt, to be honest with you. But yeah, nevertheless, he was down. That will always go on his record. He was officially knocked down by Francis Ngannou, but he lands a right hand on Ngannou. Ngannou swings and misses. Fury looking to apply a bit more pressure now. Right hand misses over the top. But again, Fury loses himself momentarily in the ring. Francis Ngannou should have actually threw some more shots there. But this is a very off-looking Tyson Fury. And Francis Ngannou in there appears to be growing a little bit more in confidence. Fury losing himself momentarily in the ring, which is something you would never think to see for a guy with such good ring IQ. Fury, again, gets caught with a jab by Francis Ngannou. He's been hit with more shots in this fight than he has probably in his last 2 fights combined. This is incredible stuff. And Ngannou having a pretty good round here in round number 4. Some would argue he might even be winning this round. I will be still giving this to Tyson Fury. But this fight is actually getting close. Whoa, both guys swing. I think Fury got the better of that. And Ngannou just took a right hand. But Fury, right hand goes in. He gets counters. Both guys landing haymakers. And Fury, he is forcing his work. This isn't flowing. This is not flowing work from Tyson Fury. He is definitely forcing this work, which against someone at the level of Ngannou, if you're forcing your work against him, what on earth are you going to do if you're going in there against someone like Alexander Usyk, who was watching on? And what must he be thinking at ringside? Fury bouncing up on his toes, but not throwing any shots in Ngannou, letting them really have a little moment to recoup. Right hand misses. Francis Ngannou gets out of the way. Last few seconds of round number 4. What must Usyk looking on be thinking at this moment in time? He must be thinking, December can't come quick enough. Christmas is going to come 2 days early as round number 4 comes to an end. Unbelievable what we're seeing in there. No one could have expected to see this. Absolutely no one. 750 in the building. If you're liking the commentary, please hit subscribe. I hope you are enjoying the commentary, and hit the like button as well if you haven't already. What are your guys' thoughts on what we're seeing so far? Many of us went into this fight not expecting much, but now look at what we are seeing. Fury dropped in round number 3. That is going to be on everyone's lips post this fight. Fury dropped in round number 3. Unbelievable. Honestly, unbelievable. Crazy. It's crazy, mate. Honestly. Get G-Man on with Ade. We'd love to. Me and Ade, we will, man. We will. We'll do more. We will be doing more. Have no fear there. We are going to be doing plenty of more. But round number 5 is underway. Here we go, man. This has been an incredible watch. Absolutely incredible watch. Whoa, God, both guys swinging there. Swinging wildly. Fury needs to be careful. He has been dropped. I'm going to repeat that. He has been dropped against Francis Ngannou. He is going to want to be extra careful in there when he's letting these shots go, because he could easily get countered, because Ngannou's reach is every bit as good as his. And again, he's probably not used to, his last two opponents haven't been able to land a glove on him, Chisora and Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte was number 1 ranked by the WBC. And Francis Ngannou has won more rounds than Dillian Whyte. Unbelievable, Jeff, as someone commented earlier in the chat. This is insane to watch. Francis Ngannou just misses with a right hand there, as does Tyson Fury, both guys in a clinch. Fury looking to elbow Francis Ngannou in the clinch. Referee Michael Griffin, will he have words? No, he's going to let them get on with it. Let them get on with it, Michael Griffin. This has been a compelling viewing fight so far, where many of us did not think it would be. What must John Fury be thinking at ringside? If Francis Ngannou drops Fury again, will he come in and look to try and start a fight? Whatever happens, Francis Ngannou has earned whatever money he has got in this fight. He has definitely earned it. And there may be paydays yet to come. There may very well be paydays yet to come after this fight. Fury throws a right hand, very forced, very telegraphed. Francis Ngannou sees it coming and ducks out of the way. I wonder, is he starting to feel the heat and the tiredness in there, because he is looking tired. Mouth is opened. Switch hits for Francis Ngannou, which is something you don't really tend to see, and it's not something I would advise doing. But again, lands a right hand on Tyson Fury. Fury ducking down low and looking to land to the body, but he's not able to. This is, mate, you're not viewing in. Fury got dropped in round 3 by Francis Ngannou. Mind blown. But thank you, Outmatch, every single time. I hope you're keeping well, man. I hope you're keeping well. Oh, uppercut just misses from Tyson Fury. That was a big shot. A lot of people said he was out late last night at the gala, and it's 2 a.m. in Saudi Arabia, so he has got to be a tired man. Will he live to regret that? Will he live to regret that as we come to the end of round number 5? 30 seconds left in the 5th round. It's been a better round this from Tyson Fury. Lands a right hand on Francis Ngannou, and another. Francis Ngannou retaliates. Fury getting back into the swing of things here in round number 5 after that disastrous 3rd round. Lands a good right hand on Ngannou. Ngannou falls short. Fury starting to get a bit of a smile on his face now. Maybe he's thinking, right now I'm starting to figure out what I'm doing. But at the end of the day, there is going to be so many questions asked of Tyson Fury's performance after this fight. God forbid he was in there with Alexander Usyk. God forbid he was in there with Anthony Joshua. What might have happened as round 5 comes to an end? Hope you're enjoying the commentary, by the way. If you are, hit the like button or subscribe. Just need to, this is crazy. Fury. Oh, man. We get ready to go into round. Let's see the replays. Yeah, big right hand. Big right hand lands from Tyson Fury. Love the commentary. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. If you like it, consider hitting subscribe, man. Consider it. We want to get to 13,500 by the end of the night. How are you scoring it? You have to give Ngannou the 3rd round. You could make a case that he won the 4th round. So you could have an even fight after 5 rounds. Round 6 is underway. This fight's scheduled for 10 rounds, remember. 10 rounds, not 12. No WBC title on the line. So if Fury does lose, he will still be the WBC champion. Thank you, Nick, for the super chat. I'm going to keep my eyes on the screen this time, because the last time I read a super chat, I missed the moment where Fury got dropped, which was insane, because my reaction would have been, I still reacted. I was still like, what the F? But, Ngannou, again, he is getting closer with those right hands for Tyson Fury. Fury needs to be super careful in there, because he has already touched the canvas, for God's sakes, once already in this fight. He does not need, good jab though by Tyson Fury there. Rocks Ngannou's head back a bit. Ngannou misses Fury with the right hand. He needs to go to Fury's body a little bit. And he does. He hears my advice. He's listening to me, but commentating on the fight. He needs to go to Fury's body, because Fury's going to drop his gloves then, and that will give him absolute opportunities to land the right hand then. But if he just goes straight for it, he's going to miss exactly like he did there. And Fury, big stiff jab. Body shots go in by Ngannou. Backs Fury up against the ropes. Just misses with an uppercut. That really could have spelled lights out for Fury if that had landed. Again, Fury needs to be careful. 1:40 to go here in the round. And now the shots are going from both guys. Both guys letting their hands go. Both guys in a clinch. Referee Michael Griffin. That was real aggressive from Fury with the elbow there. Referee Michael Griffin may want to have a word. Does he? No, he's just had a little talking to. He lets them both go back and fight. But damn, Francis Ngannou has made McGregor's performance against Mayweather look like nothing compared to this performance against Tyson Fury. He's dropped the champion, he's won rounds, and this is an active world heavyweight champion, not a retired fighter coming back for one last payday. This has been incredible to watch so far, and we're still not through. We still have a few rounds to go after this. We still have a minute left here in the 6th round. Fury missing again with the right hand. Does land a little cuffing right hand on Ngannou, but no real reaction. Still moving around the ring, but slower. Not able to land with the uppercuts, and he's forced back by Francis Ngannou. This is not the Fury I remember seeing in his last 2 fights. The people saying that Fury maybe has some injuries, maybe has, seen better days, maybe they are right. And Alexander Usyk sitting there at ringside must be thinking, December the 23rd cannot come soon enough. I want to fight this guy more than anything in the world now, because I believe I'll be undisputed champion. And based off this performance, I would tend to agree. If they're his assessments, 20 seconds to go in the 3rd round, both guys are not doing that at the minute now. Both guys are just staying in the middle of the ring. I think more down to fatigue than anything else. Both guys are just parking it in the middle of the ring. But unbelievable stuff so far from what I've seen. I don't think anyone in their wildest dreams could have envisioned the fight going this way. Absolutely crazy. Crazy so far. So we go in. Imagine 7 rounds, lads. 7 rounds. This fight is gone. Give me 2 secs, people. Been incredible, hasn't it? Round number 7, lads. 800 in the building, by the way. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, hit the like button. Round number 7 is underway. Holy crap. It's been intriguing to watch, for want of a better word. It's been intriguing. It has people on the edge of their seats. Fury, I still can't get over the fact he was dropped in the 3rd round. I cannot believe it. Someone's right hand goes in by Ngannou. Someone only gave Fury 3 rounds at this point. It's going to be interesting to hear these scorecards when they're read out. Fury, is that a cut? Oh, tell me that's not a cut. This looks like a little graze above the right eye. Tell me that's not a cut, because if that means the Usyk fight has to get pushed back. Oh my God. I wasn't expecting to hear 7. I wasn't expecting Fury to get dropped, mate. Think out, man. This is insane. Absolutely insane. Oh, right hand goes in by Ngannou again. And it backs Fury up again. How is Ngannou landing that right hand on Fury so often? This is insanity. Ngannou is fighting with a spring in his step. I cannot believe he's made it 7 rounds against Tyson Fury, much less having success. He's winning this round. True Geordie must be watching this with the biggest smile on his face, thinking, please, because I know those two, Fury and Geordie, have big beef. They do not like one another. And he's doing a watch along for this. He must be watching that thinking, please. Heads came very close together. Holy crap. That is not good for them to come close together. Some could have Ngannou winning. I could make a case for it, definitely. They won't give it to Ngannou, but you could make a case. Fury lands a shot there, but Fury. No knockdown. That's not a knockdown. But Fury finds himself on the canvas again. No knockdown. Correct decision by the referee. But his feet look all over the place. This is not the footwork of a guy at the peak of his powers. No way in hell. His footwork looks a bit all over the place. His feet look so slow. Struggling to even keep his balance in there. This is really not good.
Really not good from Tyson Fury. It's not a good look at all. And for Usyk to be sat at ringside, some would say, is he doing this deliberately? No. There's no way you would look this bad on purpose. There's no way you get dropped on purpose. There's no way. Your stock's going to take a massive hit in this fight. There's no way you do this. I suspect he's just not trained as much as he probably should. And, you know, all the overeating, all the drink over the years, I think it's all starting to show up with him in this fight. Better maybe in this fight than against Alexander Usyk, where you could get really hurt, or against Deontay Wilder. But it's such a bad look. It's such a bad look. Unbelievable stuff. We are near the end of this fight. This fight is going the distance. Oh man, this is... Could you imagine if Fury does lose this fight? If they actually give the decision to Ngannou? 800 of you in the building. We're hitting good numbers tonight, lads. We're hitting good numbers tonight. If you're enjoying the commentary, if you haven't already, hit subscribe, hit the like button. We're nearly at 500 likes. I know I keep asking, but you know, I want to see those numbers come up. I've gone over 3 hours, and this is giving me a new lease of life. It's just after midnight here in Ireland. And I got a post-fight review to do after this fight. Man. People who said, you know, Fury didn't duck Usyk earlier in the year, he definitely did. And maybe some understand now why it took an absolute rake of cash and Usyk looking vulnerable. You want to talk about Usyk looking vulnerable? We are in round number 8 of this fight. Who would have ever thought we would have got this far? I thought we were seeing this over in a couple of rounds, and I said Fury needed to perform well and he needed to look good, and he's not performed well, and he's definitely not looked good as he misses again Francis Ngannou with another big right hand. Francis Ngannou, you could say, has landed more right hands in this fight than Tyson Fury has. Smash the like button, that's exactly right. But again, Ngannou is fighting good up close, doing real well in there. Fury blocks the uppercut from Fury, lands a right hand again. Oh, big shots go in from Francis Ngannou. Fury felt them. Missed an uppercut did Fury, and Francis Ngannou retaliates with his own shots. Landed the bigger shots so far in this round and in this fight. Fury with nothing really to answer for. This is extraordinary what I'm seeing in here. I did not expect this. Did not expect this whatsoever. No way. Absolutely insanity. And another short left hook lands from Francis Ngannou. I'd love to know what CompuBox knew. You can never score a fight on CompuBox, understand that. But I'd love to know how many shots Ngannou, clean power shots, he's landed. Power shot is anything that's not a jab, by the way. Oh, big uppercut on the inside by Fury. Francis Ngannou takes it well. And again, Fury, his ring IQ, he's losing himself in the ring there a little bit. He's in nowhere near the position he needs to be in to be able to punch. More shots go in from Ngannou. Oh, combination goes in by Ngannou. Oh, big uppercut just grazes the glove of Ngannou. This is a big round for Francis Ngannou. He's doing well in here in this round, round 8. Who would have thought you'd be saying that? Right hand goes in by Fury. Ngannou takes it well. But he lands more shots and he moves Tyson Fury. And an uppercut combination goes in by Ngannou. Look at this. What are we seeing in here? Oh, big uppercut by Ngannou. Fury has taken more headshots in this fight than I've seen in several, since the Wilder trilogy fight. More shots go in by Ngannou. He is getting to Fury a little bit in this round. This is a big round for Ngannou. You give him a 10-8 round for round number 3. You give him this round and maybe another round. We have a very close fight in a 10-rounder. It's not a 12-rounder. It's a 10-rounder. Now, people could say Muhammad Ali fought Antonio Inoka in a wrestling match at the end of his career, and they were allowed to kick. This is Queensberry rules. This is what's happening here. Oh, another right hand goes in by Ngannou. Round the guard of Tyson Fury. What are we seeing in here? What the hell is going on? This is insanity, what we're watching, but I can't take my eyes off it. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Oh, right hand goes in by Fury, but Ngannou bounces off the chin, retaliates. Oh, wait. Insanity. You don't watch your watch-alongs. You strap yourself in and feel the G's, Peter and Tommy. Oh, man. This has been insane. Insane. 500 likes. Did we hit 500 likes? Boom, if we did. I'm happy if we did. Oh, yeah, there it is. And Paris Fury does not look happy. We're 14 subs off 13,500. That's what we want to do by the end of the night. We want to get to 13,500. I can't wait for the post-fight review for this fight, mind you. It's going to be one of my best. I'm looking forward to this post-fight review. But that was definitely a Francis Ngannou round. 6 minutes, lads. Fury has 6 minutes to possibly turn this fight around. Whoever would have thought you'd be saying that? That Tyson Fury against Francis Ngannou has 6 minutes to turn this fight around. Mind blown. He looks awful. He absolutely looks awful in there. His timing is off. His footwork doesn't look great. His speed is off. Everything, his rhythm, everything looks off. Is it injuries? Is it inactivity? Oh, more shots go in by Ngannou. He is landing. I'm looking to see how many shots he's landed by the end of this fight, because he has landed more than Dillian Whyte and Derek Chisora combined did. Based off this performance, you take Francis Ngannou over Derek Chisora. You take him over the Gerald Washingtons of the world. You take him over the Robert Heleniuses of the world at this point with Francis Ngannou. How he's looking in this fight. He's gone in there with the current WBC heavyweight champion and he lands another shot. Fury, his balance looks all over the place. I mean, his feet look like they have concrete in them. His feet do look very slow by Fury standards. He's getting tagged a lot more. His timing is off. His ring IQ doesn't seem the same. This is not the Fury I'm used to seeing. No way. No way. And again, you've Alexander Usyk sat there at ringside. He's got 5 minutes to turn this fight around. My mate just texted me there and he said, no hunger from Fury. I don't agree. I think there is hunger from Fury. I just don't think that it's there. Certainly not in this fight. Could be turned around by December, who knows. But in this fight, I'm not seeing it. I just think he's trying, but it's just not there. It gets to a point in a fighter's career they can grow. The saying is they grow old overnight. And Fury, who hasn't lived the cleanest of lifestyles, has it caught up to him. I wonder, is Eddie Hearn looking at this fight and thinking, AJ, let's just give him what he wants, take 20%, get this Fury fight. Maybe that's what Eddie Hearn is thinking. Because this has been a very lackluster 9th round. Not much has gone on. Ngannou, again, landing the more shots though. But it's been a bit lackluster. Fury slowing down. Ooh, both guys hooked there. Both guys miss, but Fury not landing much at all in this round. It's going to be very interesting. I've no doubt that Fury will win. He'll get the decision, but this has been in insanity. It really has. I cannot believe what we're watching in this fight. Fury, the man who went to Germany, dethroned Vladimir Klitschko, went away for 2.5 years, came back, dethroned Deontay Wilder, has beaten the likes of Dillian Whyte, has beaten the likes of Derek Chisora, claims to be the best heavyweight in the world, has only Alexander Usyk standing in his way, and goes in here against Francis Ngannou, a man who made his name in the octagon, who made his name with Dana White in the UFC, and is in here in Saudi Arabia boxing the self-proclaimed greatest heavyweight of this generation and possibly of all time, and some would argue is winning. That's what we're watching here. October the 28th, 2023. We are potentially 3 minutes away from something amazing or something very bad. And you could interpret that whatever way you want. Oh. Ngannou. Mate, 3 minutes away. Alexander Usyk sitting there smiling. All right. Oh boy. We are into the last round. I hope you have all enjoyed this. I do. I hope you have all really enjoyed this, because here we go. Round number 10. All right, let's go. 10th and final round. Let's go. Let's go. Fury and Ngannou. How do you all have this? What do you think? Going into this round, some people have Ngannou ahead, some people have Fury ahead. Let's go. Let's go. G-Man, are you trolling us? Some people do genuinely have Ngannou ahead. I'm seeing it online. I don't. I would say Fury will still get it, but he's been... This is insanity. Oh, another shot goes in there. I cannot believe what we've watched over the last half hour. This has been crazy. Ngannou lands and Fury just... whatever. But still, he's grazing you. Why is he even doing that? Fury needs to stamp his authority on this 10th round 100%. Good job, Fury, but didn't fight David Price. Back then, Fury would have annihilated David Price. He 100% would have. 100%, no doubt in my mind. But this is crazy. I cannot believe what we're watching in here. That Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou are so evenly matched in this fight. We have 1:40 to go here in the 10th round. And honestly, I'm dying to hear what the scorecards say. Fury hasn't been able to put a dent in Francis Ngannou all night. This is the round that Floyd Mayweather stopped Conor McGregor after nearly getting him out in the 9th round. Francis Ngannou has never come close to touching the deck. The only person in this fight who's touched the deck is Tyson Fury. Unbelievable. I cannot emphasize enough what we're seeing here on this night. And it's not over yet. Fury, again, just moving up and down, no real spring in his step, just bouncing up and down, not much to him, pulling a lot of his punches, having to really force some of the shots as well, which, again, we're not used to seeing from him. Francis Ngannou looks in complete control. A minute to go. There is a minute left in the 10th round. It is going to be insane to see what the final tallies, what the scorecards for these are at the end. And bear in mind, is there a rematch clause? Because if the fight is already signed for Alexander Usyk and Fury does take an L, big if, but if he does, would he have to rematch Ngannou? Would Ngannou force it? What would happen? More swing and a miss from Fury. Oh wow, Francis Ngannou jumping up off the canvas. Not technically illegal, but I've never seen someone jump into a shot like that. That's probably a first for me. But Ngannou switch hitting again, moving sides. With 15 seconds left in the round, Fury and Ngannou are going to go the distance, and it's going to go to points. And it's going to be very interesting to see what these final scorecards will say, as the bell will come any second. Fury lands a left hook. The bell is going to come, I would imagine, there. And that is that. Wow. Unreal. Unflippin' real. Unreal. What we think? Ngannou is holding up. He thinks he's won this. I had to send a text. I need to get a thumbnail. But Ngannou thinks he's won this. They are saying and acting as though he's won this. I am looking forward to hearing what the scorecards will be. That's what I'm looking forward to be hearing. Oh man, this is insane. This is insane. This is like John McDermott revisited. Fury by close points decision. Let's see, man. Let's see. Let's 100% see. This is going to be... they're ungloving him there. This is when cherry picking goes very wrong. It could be. Let's see. Let's see. How are they going to score us? I will turn it up for the scores. We have to turn it up for the scores. We have to. We are definitely going to have to turn it up for that. But how, like, Ngannou was celebrating as though he's won this fight. It will go on their records if he wins. I reckon it'll be something like that. Yeah, I reckon they'll give it something like that. Yeah. God forbid it's a draw. Could you imagine? Francis Ngannou was celebrating there as though he's won this fight. Imagine even just saying that. Francis Ngannou was celebrating as though he's won this fight. 845 in the building. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. And if you haven't already, hit like as well. Nearly 900. I think we're going to hit records, lads. I think we are going to hit records. I think we are about to hit. If we hit 900 in the building, we've hit a new record. We have hit 900. Look at that. We have actually hit 900 in the building. Boom. So if you haven't already, hit subscribe, hit the like button. I appreciate you all locking in. But what the hell was this fight? It was insane. We had Fury down. Man, we've had Fury down in this fight. I could not believe it. And he had that same look that he had in his face when Deontay Wilder dropped him in the third fight. But Fury touching the deck, unbelievable against Francis Ngannou. It's going to be interesting to see what they score this fight. It's going to be very, very, very interesting to see how they score this fight. Really, really interesting. I'm looking forward to it, lads. I'm not going to lie. I'm looking forward to seeing what they score. 7 more. I need 7 more of you guys to hit subscribe, and then I have 13,500. That was the goal for tonight. So please, if you haven't already, help your boy out. Hit the old subscribe button. I only need 7 more subs and have 13,500. And crack the old like button while you're at it there as well. That's what we want from this. That's what we want. We want to get there. We want to get to these. We want to get to these figures. But lads, what the hell have we just watched? This was insanity. What the hell have we just watched? 1K in 3 hours. Let's go. I'm dying to hear these scorecards. I really am. I'm flipping dying to hear these scorecards. Alexander Usyk must be looking on thinking, yes, 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 yes. I've got you. That's exactly what he's thinking. That's exactly what he's got to be thinking. He's thinking, you thought I looked bad against Daniel Dubois? Mate, this... Nah. This is going to be... Man, this is going to be... Holy crap. Well, the two fighters embrace. Look at the gashes under Fury's eyes. Like, all right, I think Michael Buffer. Sullivan does not look happy at all. Sullivan does not look happy at all. What are we going to get here? Fury wins it by 1 point. One point? How, like, I don't have any issue with him winning, but just imagine saying to someone, Tyson Fury beat Francis Ngannou by 1 point. Oh man, I can't believe it. I actually can't believe what I've just seen. Lads, I appreciate you all locking in. I'm going to have to call it here because I have been going for 3.5 hours. I've enjoyed every minute of it. Oh, I can't believe that. Like, I'm not unhappy that he's won, but 1 point? Usyk must be absolutely... Oh, man. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there and do my post-fight review. I hope you enjoyed the live. I need to stretch my legs. I've been sitting here for 3.5 hours. Lads, there was over 900 in the building. If you haven't already, hit the like button, hit subscribe, all that good stuff. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did. I'll talk to you people. Peace.